12 months later, under the guidance of Jimmy Quinn, those dark days are now well behind them as they stand on the verge of a playoff final and an immediate return. But they'll have to do it the hard way against Paul Fairclough's Barnet, who hold a slender lead from the first leg.
I'd rather be 2-1 in front than 2-1 behind, for sure.
I was pleased after conceding a penalty, getting back into the game, and I thought that we'd take the game to them, and we didn't play as well in the second half as we did in the first.
We're in the driving seat. They've got to come and score. I think it would be an absolute cauldron. Hopefully, you know, we could pull it off.
I'd have been happier at 1 each, that's for sure. We'll give ourselves a bit to do. There'll be 8,000 people there on Monday, and we'll give it our best shot.
It's live action from the conference playoffs at Gay Meadow. Shrewsbury against Barnet. Second leg action, Barnet with a 2-1 lead from the first leg. We've also got all the goals from Edgar Street for you. Hereford against Aldershot in the other semi-final. They stand at 1-1 from the first leg. Well, the banks of the Severn hosted league football until just 12 months ago. Last season, Shrewsbury knocked Everton out of the FA Cup. Getting to the final of the conference playoffs is now the only thing on their minds. Barnet have also tasted life in the league, and they have a chance to recapture that status. Either Barnet or Shrewsbury will be just 2 games away from league football again, but it's a long way to go to join Chester in the Football League. We shall see all the action here for you on Sky Sports, and with me is Ian Snowden. Ian, they're both very finely balanced, both semi-finals, aren't they?
Yeah, there's a lot of excitement to come, George, I'm sure there is, but a lot of nerves as well.
Who do you fancy at this stage? The home teams probably have the advantage just about, do they, even though Shrewsbury are a goal down?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see Hereford getting the victory that's required there, and I can see Shrewsbury overturning Barnet this afternoon.
By the goals they need, 2 goals. There's no away goals in this semi-final.
Yeah, that's right, but I just hope it doesn't come down to penalties, George. I think it's a cruel way to go out in the playoffs. I just hope there is an actual winner on the day.
It was 2-1 to Barnet in the first leg. Let's have a look at the goals from Underhill. And this is the action from there, Ian.
Yeah, that's right. It's a penalty. I think it's Liam Hatch who goes down here, the keeper. A rash challenge, really. He's not going. He's still got a lot to do, to be quite honest. And the referee had no hesitation in giving Barnet a penalty.
Ben Strevens stepping up for his 10th goal of the season from the spot.
Yeah, a lot of nerves, I'm sure, but he's tucked it away nicely, sent the keeper the wrong way to put Barnet 1-0 up.
Plenty of chances for Shrewsbury. Sam Aiston hits a post.
Yeah, he's another one. I think we've got to watch Sam today. He terrorises defence, and he is quite a useful player at this level.
Save there from Jamie Tolley, and coming up now, a great save, Shane Gore from Dwayne Darby.
Yeah, that's right, but you'd expect Dwayne to score from there. He's probably only 4 or 5 yards out. It is a tremendous save, there's no question about it.
Julian Grazioli had a goal disallowed, and there's the penalty coming up.
Yeah, a little bit dubious, I thought. Danny Maddix, experienced he is, but what an emphatic finish by Luke Rodgers. Again, a striker who knows where the net is, and he certainly showed that way, taking the penalty.
Good end-to-end game, wasn't he? We'd expect the same this afternoon.
Yeah, I do. I expect Shrewsbury, being the home side, to put a lot of pressure, but it's how Barnet can cope with that pressure early doors, and if they don't concede, then they've every chance.
That was the disallowed goal we've seen, and then the best chance probably of the match going there, Liam Hatch missing.
Yeah, you'd expect him to put it in, but as you see, just in the final minute there, great crossing, I think, from Yakubu, and it's Simon Clist that's actually got his head to it and got the vital goal for Barnet.
Well, there's the Shrewsbury fans hoping they can overturn that 2-1 deficit. They certainly had plenty of chances in the first leg. They'll hope to make more chances here, of course, at home. Their manager, incredibly, is still their player manager. He's 44 years old. He's Jimmy Quinn, and he's with Johnny Phillips now.
Well, Jimmy, very disappointed to lose in the last minute the other night. How have the players been since?
Okay, very disappointment, obviously, to concede a goal so late. But we were in training the following morning, got out of the system, and it's all about what happens today. You know, we've got a home game. Home form this season has been very good. And there's no reason if we don't why we can't produce the form that we've shown and get a win.
Is there a case of approaching this any differently from a normal league match at home?
Well, obviously it is going to be different. I think the fans are still queuing up going up into the town at the minute. There's going to be 8,000 here at least. I know Barnet's brought between 900 and 1,000 people to support the team. They've done very well the other night. They've got themselves a little bit of an advantage. But we're at home. We'll have everybody cheering us on. And certainly I feel if our big players perform well today, we've got a great chance.
What about you? Any nerves yourself?
Well, you're always nervous. You wouldn't be human if you weren't. But I think it's something that you get used to over the years. I've been used to it. Sometimes I've played in front of big crowds and big occasions and that, and gone out and done very well. So I think the lads are up for it. I think with the cameras being here today as well, it will motivate the lads, and with the support. And as I said, our home form has been good, and it's about going out and producing the same again. And
in terms of the fitness of the players, any worries from Thursday night?
Well, I was very worried after the game because I lost down Tinson at half-time with a hamstring injury, who's been without shadow of doubt, our best player all season. But lucky enough, it was something that was coming from his back, and he's able to play today. Challis also went off, who's an experienced player. He got a gash in his ankle, but he's fit to play. So I'm very, very lucky that those two are available. That's the full squad.
Prepared for action yourself?
Well, yeah, I'm on the bench, and because we're behind and because we need to win the game, we might need to change the game plan with the last 15-20 minutes. That might involve getting the ball as quickly as you can and around their box, and that's where I'll come into play. And hopefully I'll be able to sit on the bench and watch the game and watch us win the game, which will be better for me.
Best of luck today. Cheers, Jimmy.
Great playing career, Jimmy Quinn. Reading and Swindon and Northern Ireland, of course, still on the bench this afternoon. Could come on.
I'll tell you what, George, at 44, I don't think I'd put myself on the bench. I think I'd have a nice seat in the director's box, I think.
He's got a forward up there, Luke Rodgers, who's a quality forward. Many people surprised he stayed here when they came down.
I'm very surprised, to be quite honest, and as you say, he is a prolific goal scorer at the lower level, and I did actually think he would go on and sign for a league club, but all credit to Shrewsbury, they're keeping him happy, and he is scoring goals. As we can see, he's a clinical finisher. He's only small, but he knows where the net is.
He's not that big, is he?
He isn't. He's a little powerful little lad. He's only about 5'6", 5'7", I think, but as you say, he exactly knows where that net is, and he's got a good strike partner in Dwayne Darby as well, who's been around at lower levels, and he actually knows where the goal is. So it's good. Jimmy could have his wish, and he could remain on that bench.
Yeah, we saw Ryan Lowe scoring there as well. So they've got opportunities to score from really all parts of the field. Shrewsbury, that's the name of their game, isn't it? But the Shrewsbury fans are also pretty confident of overturning that 2-1 deficit.
I reckon we can do it. I reckon Barnet will dive around and fall on the floor a bit, but we'll do it. We'll be all right.
It's 2-1. We're at home. We've got good support. And at the end of the day, we've got a full team. So, we'll get out and we'll beat them today, 2-0.
I think we've got the team to do it. Early goal, and I think be all over then.
The down in Shrewsbury, the principality of football, the pride of Shropshire. It's easy. We're going to win. 3rd division next season, all the way, mate.
What about Barnet then? I suppose, they have to be pretty confident of coming here with a 1-goal lead, and 2-1 up from the first leg. They'll have their chances, won't they? They're coming here, not without confidence.
No, that's right. And Paul Fairclough, since Martin Allen's left, seems to have settled the ship well, and he'll have his players definitely up for it. As you can see, they're in the dressing room. There'll be a lot of nerves, tension, but I'm sure that they're experienced pros, and they'll go out and do the business.
Well, Martin Allen left, of course, to go to Brentford. The caretaker manager is Paul Fairclough. He's with Johnny Phillips.
Paul, how much did your players take from that last-minute goal last Thursday?
Great belief, obviously. It was amazing, really, the way they kept going right till the very last kick of the game, which shows a lot of great mental strength.
A draw will do it for you today. Has that meant you're approaching the game any different?
No, we shan't be approaching the game in any negative fashion at all. We will be going out to try and win the game from the offset. So, we will go out and attack Shrewsbury from the start.
How easy has this been for you coming into this situation? Because, of course, Martin Allen left the club and then you just had a month to come in.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite difficult. There were issues to tackle when I first arrived, The players were a bit unsure of what had actually gone on and why it had gone on. So there were lots of issues that I had to deal with, and gradually we dealt with them, and the players have now embraced me and I've fully embraced them, and we're moving forward at some real pace now.
And Of course, no stranger to some of them. Giuliano Grazioli, one in particular you have fond memories of.
Yeah, I mean, he was a key player for us at a short time at Stevenage and scored the memorable goal that the whole country will remember. So it's been good to link up with him. That was very warm to meet up with him again. That was you know, softened the blow, sort of moving into a new club.
After you were denied promotion with Stevenage when they won the league, how much would it mean to take Barnet up?
Well, I mean, you know, it took me a long time to drop that. It was not going up was an integral part of my life for too many years afterwards, you know. You don't get anything from harbouring resentments, and I've been fortunate enough to have dropped that a good few years ago. So now I'm just focused, and I'm really enjoying the spell with Barnet. And you know, this is all a bonus for me. This has been fantastic. You know, I mean, working with the group of players that we've got, very committed bunch of lads who are trying to fulfil their dream.
And a very interesting reception that the lads got when they just ran out onto the pitch. Then it's going to be an electric atmosphere, isn't it?
It'll be fantastic atmosphere. I mean, you know, the conference, the guy who invented the word playoffs, you know, deserves a medal. I mean, I know some people disagree with it, you know, possibly Hereford, but I mean, it keeps the season going. It keeps the coppers coming in. It's fantastic for the conference.
And all the best today. Cheers, Paul.
Thanks very much.
Well, Paul Fairclough is the manager of the England semi-pro team, so he knows all about the non-league scene. Of course, formerly manager of Stevenage, but Ian Snowden, a difficult time for him to come in at that stage and try and keep Barnet's momentum going.
Yeah, it is, to be quite honest, George. But as we know, Martin Allen did an exceptional job at Barnet, and I'm sure everybody associated with Barnet were disappointed when he did leave. But Paul Fairclough, as you see, he has come in and steadied the ship, and they are an attacking team. So I expect goals today. Ben
Strevens here getting a couple of goals for Barnet. Liam Hatch as well. The final goal, actually, we'll see in this little sequence is from Matt Redmile, who of course is ex-Shrewsbury, on the bench for Barnet.
That's right. He's just been warming up and been getting quite a lot of stick off the Shrewsbury supporters as well, but he'll take that all in his stride.
Would have been an amazing achievement for Barnet, wouldn't it, after losing their manager in acrimonious circumstances in the first instance, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And he'd got Barnet buzzing again, Martin Allen, but he's gone on to pastures new now. And as you said, Paul Fairclough doing an absolutely tremendous job.
Well, Barnet fans may not be as confident as the Shrewsbury fans, but they certainly know they've got a chance.
I think we get an early goal, we've got every chance, but if they get a goal early on, who knows?
It's quite good, I'd say. Like, I'm not too positive, but I think we're going to do it, to be honest. We only need a draw, so it's going to be good there.
We've got a good support and everything coming today, so I think we can do it.
Hoping and praying we can draw. And if we can do that, I'm pretty confident we can go all the way. You know, 2 matches from Division 3. Couldn't be happier.
2-1 lead Barnet from the first leg. As we said earlier, there's no away goals counting double. So should Barnet be the favourites?
I don't know, George. It's a tricky one. Shrewsbury at home, I wouldn't mind being one down, coming to play at home, to be quite honest, because I think the crowd here will get really behind Shrewsbury. And as the Barnet fans have said, an early goal for Shrewsbury could be backs against the wall.
It's a very difficult trick to perform, isn't it, going back after just 1 year? I think only Lincoln have done it in the past, go back immediately up again.
Yeah, there's no getting away. Jimmy Quinn's done a terrific job, because morale would have been low at the end of last season with them going down, but they've responded in the right way, and hopefully that they can get to that playoff.
Now Hereford, if anything, are the most unluckiest team in the conference, aren't they? Because they 11-game winning streak at the end of the season, just pipped by Chester at the end of it. You'd expect them to go all the way, wouldn't you?
You would expect them to go all the way, and they are a good side. They're a good football side. We've seen them on numerous occasions, and they've not disappointed us as well. And high hope, really, that they do get to the final. I know you've got to be a little bit sit on the fence, but they do deserve to go up, George, Hereford.
Well, this was the first leg, Aldershot against Hereford, and it finished 1-1, which Hereford will take, I'm sure.
Oh, it was a good game as well. Cracking chances. Some good football played, and it will not be over, as you say. It's 1-1. Aldershot will still be fancying the chances.
OK, this is the 1-1 from the first leg. Commentators Clive Walker and Kevin Keatings.
Lee Charles takes. Warburton climbing. It's for Hereford head, and Baker in immediate trouble there. Free kick taken by Pittman, and Kerry Bertram's in here. Oh, and a good save by Paul, but surely, yes, it's a goal for David Brown. And Hereford United have a lead inside 7 first-half minutes here.
There's a good little ball in by Pittman as well. Gary Bertram doing his best. Well, in the end, Nicky Ball couldn't quite keep it away, but this is a good early ball in. They didn't get into position very quickly on the shot. And David Brown just following up from Nicky Ball's parry.
Free kick in by Charles, and the header flashes wide from Challoner. Lowe's with the free kick, and again they've worked it well. Green beaten away well by Bull. Free header! Oh, fine save!
Well, I think he had a claim there, Warburton, for a handball. I think he's probably justified as well.
In by Ryan Green. Warburton dealing with a header, could be costly. Purdy brings a super save out of Nicky Bull. Excellent cross. And away by Purdy, and the referee, what's he given here? Penalty. Well, given against Tony James, the Hereford captain, for the push on Warburton. Convincing from Aldershot's top scorer, and they love it. Here's Challoner. Oh, good ball. Gosling's in the clear. Jamie Gosling. What an opportunity. It's away by Trett. Back in by Sills. Oh, and over by Charles.
They'll be bouncing at Hereford as well. There's Edgar Street. We'll bring you the goals from that game. Standing at 1-1, Hereford supporters looking forward to a place in the playoff final. Well, Graham Turner's been around a bit. He was manager at Wolves and Aston Villa, but he's become Mr. Hereford. And earlier today he was talking to Pete Barraclough.
I think the tie is evenly balanced, but we've got the edge with home advantage. I think they're a good side, Aldershot, got some certain threats that we've got to take care of. But if we perform like we've done over the last 12 games now, then we're more than capable of going through. When you think we've finished the ordinary season with 11 consecutive wins and then gone down to Aldershot and got the draw, we've been in good form, and we just need to carry that on.
Does it gall you, Graham, that you finished 21 points ahead of Aldershot in the table?
Well, you know the rules before the start of the season, and so you've got to accept them. And I think there was a tinge of disappointment, despondency immediately after the Chester match when we ran them so close, and you think we finished 17 points ahead of the third side, 21 points ahead of Aldershot. So close to winning it, yet now it seems so far away. But the rules were there at the start of the season. We've got to accept them, and we've got to get on with it. If we let it affect us mentally, we could have a problem. So I think everybody, including the players, put those sort of things behind them and concentrate on the first match. And all we've got to do, and it's a little bit of concern, we've got a fairly young side, we've got one or two 19-year-olds in there. If they've got to be able to handle a big situation properly, and if they can do that, then there's no reason why we shouldn't progress to the final.
He looks very calm and collected there, as he should be as well. He's done a tremendous job at Hereford, hasn't he, Graham Turner?
Yeah, terrific, and as he said, they do play football. He likes to play it out from the back, and a lot of the players are comfortable on the ball as well.
And the big news from Hereford is that Steve Guinan, their top scorer, is fit. Didn't play in the first leg, can now play in the second leg. Big player for them.
Big boost for Hereford as well. Steve started his career at Notts Forest, and he's played a lot at lower level, but he scores goals by the apple, George, and it will be a big boost for Hereford today.
OK, Aldershot very much the underdogs. Their manager is Terry Brown, and he's been speaking to Pete Barraclough.
I feel a lot of our pressure was taken off when we achieved the playoff place. That was our aims, that was our target. Everything else is a bonus from now on. We've been very relaxed in a hotel in Cheltenham, and we said to the boys that they can go out and enjoy it today. You know, the pressure's not on us, it's on them.
Yeah, you've done the big club thing, haven't you? You've come for the weekend, basically.
Yeah, we've the chairman and board have looked after us well. We've prepared properly. Cheltenham Town helped us prepare, gave us their facilities, which were fantastic, and I thank them for that. And we're all ready now to give it our best shot.
So after that 1-1 first leg, do you feel all the pressure now is on Hereford?
Yeah, I really do. And we felt the pressure a couple of weeks ago, just trying to get over that hurdle. We managed to stop their winning sequence, and what we've got to do now is go another step further and make life difficult from here.
Well, Terry Brown there throwing all the pressure back onto Hereford. That's all he can do, really, and hope for the best. But look at the odds there, Ian Snowden. Hereford odds on to win promotion, that is.
Yeah, you'd expect them to be. We're finishing second so convincingly. I think they are justifiable favourites as well. But don't ask me for a prediction, George. I don't know if you've heard about my predictions. They go horribly wrong.
You would think, wouldn't you, a Hereford-Shrewsbury final? That's what you would think, but I suppose that game could be anybody's.
Yeah, you try telling Barnet and Aldershot supporters that it's going to be an Hereford-Shrewsbury final. I don't think they'll accept that.
No, they won't. That's the whole beauty about the playoffs, isn't it? And it's been such a big success.
It is, and it's absolutely brilliant to see the grounds packed, the atmosphere. 4 calm managers. I know that. Will they be calm when the 3 o'clock comes, George?
No, I don't think so. Let's get ready then for the game. It's coming up shortly for you. The big game here at Gay Meadow, Shrewsbury against Barnet, and we'll have the goals for you from Hereford as well. All the action coming up live right next. Against Barnet, with Barnet holding a 2-1 lead from the first leg. Can Shrewsbury overturn it? And we've also got the highlights, the goals from the other semi-final. Hereford against Aldershot. That stands at 1-1 from the first leg. It must all be decided today. It can go to extra time, it can go to penalties, but one of those teams will be in the playoff final when we come down to the wire this afternoon at Gay Meadow and at Edgar Street. Let's join our commentators, Clive Walker and Kevin Keatings.
Thank you, George. And which team will it be? Shrewsbury Town, who came down from the Football League this time last season, or Barnet, 3 years out of the league. One thing is for sure, a cracking atmosphere and a full house at Gay Meadow. The stakes are high, very high. A wonderful atmosphere. Let's take a look at the two teams. Shrewsbury Town unchanged from last Thursday's first leg and the 2-1 defeat. Manager Jimmy Quinn delighted that skipper Darren Tinson and Trevor Challis are fit to take their places in defence after both picked up knocks at Underhill. This is the most experienced side in the conference. Every one of them has tasted league football before and hungry for a return.
Jimmy Quinn goes with a 4-4-2, very, very strong at the back. Good width, Brian Lowe, Sam Aiston provided the crosses. Good balance in midfield with the young Jamie Tolley and the experienced Martin O'Connor, and the very, very dangerous Luke Rodgers up front.
Well, Barnet caretaker manager Paul Fairclough gives respect to the players who secured him a 2-1 first leg advantage. He names an unchanged team too. Veteran Danny Maddix has been relegated 3 times in his career. Is a first promotion just around the corner for the 36-year-old. While Ben Strevens is the only survivor of the Barnet squad that dropped out of the league in 2001.
Manager Paul Fairclough goes with a 4-4-2. Danny Maddix and Chris Plummer in the middle of the back four. Very experienced ex-Queen's Park Rangers players. Ismail Yakubu and Ben Strevens not really known for their width, so possibly a little bit narrow in midfield. But in louder form, Giuliano Grazioli, always dangerous with good service.
Huge boost for Shrewsbury that their captain is fit. He came off at half-time in the first leg last Thursday, Darren Tinson. Not only do they have him back, he's probably got a very important marking job to do today against the ever-dangerous Giuliano Grazioli. The goals may have dried up, only one in the last 14, but he's a heartbreaker, says his manager Paul Fairclough, who had him at Stevenage as well. And will he be the man to break the Shrewsbury Hearts today? Well, these Shrewsbury fans have backed their team so loyally. The average gates here at Gay Meadow have been better than they were in the 3rd Division last season. Average just over 4,000, whilst there's 1,500 or so Barnet fans who've packed the ground today, hoping their team are the ones to make the quick return. Paul Fairclough said it, didn't he? The man who invented the playoffs. It may not seem too fair on Hereford United, who finished way ahead of the other 3 clubs in these playoffs, but try telling these fans that they aren't a good idea. It's extended the excitement, the interest, the passion. The commitment will be there on and off the field. We can be assured of that today. Referee hasn't had far to come. He's from Merseyside, Robert Pollock, taking charge of his 5th game here at Gay Meadow in the conference this season, including Barnet's 1-0 win here back in September. And these Barnet players have had to endure the loss of their manager Martin Allen as recently as March. Difficult for players to take that situation on board, but they've squeezed their way into the playoffs. And what a dramatic afternoon in store, both here at Gay Meadow and at Edgar Street. We'll keep you abreast of any events in the Hereford-Aldershot game. Remember, that is all square at 1-1 from the first leg. But here, the team in red with a 2-1 advantage. It's Barnet to get the game underway. Immediately looking to break with Strevens. Put forward by Tolley. One for both Darby and Rodgers to give chase to. Push by Maddix. They won't have the man-marking duties on Dwayne Darby today.
Just a hopeful ball forward as well by Shrewsbury. Obviously, it's going to be very, very hectic in these opening few minutes. Danny Maddix Maddix and Chris Plummer need to sort themselves out very, very quickly.
Naturally, no surprise, the two centre-backs, Tinson and Ridler, in the mix. And as Shrewsbury look for the best possible start. Ryan Lowe to feed Darby. He dealt with Barnet.
Amazing, isn't it, Kevin? You get your first free kick, your first opportunity in the first couple of minutes. And it's a very nervy, poor one as well. And the manager's a little bit disappointed when things like that happen.
Well, nerves will always play a part in the playoffs. It's who deals with the pressure cooker atmosphere here today, the better will probably prevail. Free kick won here by Darren Moss, who's been relegated with both Chester and Shrewsbury. We've seen his former club go up. Deserved champions. Congratulations again to Mark Wright and Chester City, who will be going up with them. Here's Lowe. Edged out a bit by Strevens, cleared by King. Now Martin O'Connor. Hatch. Aimless ball forward. Grazioli will give chase. Try to apply some pressure, but it's away by Howie. Now Guy Lopez, the Frenchman. Tumbles over the challenge from Ridler, but going to get a free kick for it. Interesting character. He actually turned up at Barnet about 15 months ago and asked for a trial, and eventually earned himself a contract, Guy Lopez.
The referee's done well there as well, Guy Lopez. Just trying to get him behind, and as he played the ball forward, just fell over. Good decision by the referee early on.
There's the Barnet captain, Ian Hendon. Bags of experience, so much of it across the Barnet back line. Nice turn by Hatch. Really driving at the Shrewsbury defence. And a goal kick is given. This touch came off Hatch.
That was nice and positive by Liam Hatch. He has the confidence there to take on the last line of defence and just get himself into the penalty area, just to see what the defenders are all about. Nice turn of pace as well. One thing that Jimmy Quinn will want to do with this Shrewsbury side, Kevin, is get it out to Ryan Lowe and Sam Aiston. Sam Aiston not having had, I think, a touch as yet, played 3.5 minutes, but I'm sure he wants to get the ball down wide, because I feel Barnet will play a little bit narrow. Two wide midfield players are not necessarily wingers.
Luke Rodgers, lovely flick into the path of Aiston, who's got Darby free to his right. Sam Aiston. Here is Dwayne Darby. Pearson ball against Plummer. Referee not tempted to give the decision Shrewsbury's way. Dwayne Darby showing his feelings to Robert Pollock. Chris Plummer, the relieved defender. Forward by Tinson. Quite a swirling wind around Gay Meadow, and might make life difficult for defenders when the ball is in high like that. Here's Aiston. O'Connor. Rodgers. Loses out to tamely. Strevens. Normally a striker has been converted into a left-sided midfield player this season, Ben Strevens. Here's the shout for the penalty.
Well, I think this was just a hopeful ball, but we've seen it before. Sometimes these are given, sometimes they're not. Sometimes it's ball to hand. I don't think he did it intentionally, but his hands were raised.
Strevens. Morse quickly to him. Paul Fairclough said that Barnet wouldn't come here and sit on their 2-1 lead. He said every opportunity they got early on, they would attack Shrewsbury. Just a reminder to you that away goals do not count double. He these conference
They've started
playoffs.
brightly though, Kevin, as well, which is nice to see. You know, Barnet, they needed probably to come here, maybe take a bit of pressure off their back four early on, and that's what they've done. They've played nice and brightly so far.
Caretaker manager is not unused to the non-league scene. He is, of course, manager of the National Game 11, as the Football Association call it these days. It's the England semi-professional national side. Keeping his options open, I understand, as to whether he would eventually take over full-time as the Barnet manager. It's a story for another day. Today, it's all about the quest to reach the promotion final, which is a week on Sunday, by the way. Once again, the conference promotion final will be staged at Stoke City's Britannia Stadium. Good holder play by Darby. No, he's too aggressive in his challenge. Very much part of his game.
I think that's what they've got to do, though. Dwayne Darby, obviously the taller of the two, just backing in here to Chris Plummer. Ball came down, maybe a slight hand raised as well as he brought the ball down, but he's got to get on that the side of where the ball is all the time, Dwayne Darby. Luke Rodgers wants everything into feet.
Ball played forward towards Grazioli. Oh, and the header is wayward of Howie. And Tinson is a very grateful man, because just for a moment it looked like it might bounce under the angle.
Well, it's all about communication, isn't it? The goalkeeper's coming off his line. Somebody should have stayed 1 or 2 yards further back. Tinson keeping his eye on the ball, just trying to cushion it back to his goalkeeper. Shrewsbury there just about getting away with it.
Early moment for Scott Howie. Hendon, Plummer, all in the area, and Hatch! Well, he caught it as he would have wanted, but unable to keep it down.
I don't think the corner was particularly well struck, but Liam Hatch got everything behind this. Just bobbled up a little bit in front of him as he went to take the strike. Didn't quite keep it down on the target, but not the best corner, but they made something out of it.
By King. Free kick's being given here to Shrewsbury. Wind getting up, if anything. It's always windy where we are, Clive. Quite often at pitch side, it's a different story. Driven forward by Ridler. Challis quickly into the challenge. Maddix not placing that header where he'd have wished. Here's Aiston. Away partially by Maddix. Plummer's pass won't reach Aiston. Dive in by Ian Hendon. It's enough to put Sam Aiston off. Who's a very good quality left-sided presence for Shrewsbury Town. Doesn't get the amount of goals I think that his manager would like, but certainly a goal provider. Ridler just to play that into the path of Strevens, but Moss is quick. It's going to be a decent duel, that I think, today between Darren Moss and Ben Strevens.
He could get himself into a good position, Ben Strevens. If he can get on that diagonal, he's very, very good in the air. Heads the ball down well. Get some decent delivery into him. I think Darren Moss might have a problem in the air. Darren Moss a lot quicker on the floor.
This is Hatch. Away by Challis. Hendon. who's the assistant coach at Barnet, has been the captain. It's going to find Hatch.
It's a little bit better communication there by Tinson and Scott Howie. Simon Howie taking command.
Time here for Tinson. Maddix, heavy pressure here from Darby. Wayne Darby's won the conference before with Michelin and Diamonds. He also won the 3rd division with them. Before stepping back into non-league scene here with Shrewsbury. King. Bit of room now for Strevens. Feel the nervous tension around Gay Meadow, can't you? The crowd have gone hushed here for a moment and waiting to see, particularly the Shrewsbury fans, to see if their side can get the early goal that Jimmy Quinn would want. Lopez. It's given away cheaply. This is Tolley. Tinson. Lowe, whom we've seen very little so far. Typical darting run into space by Luke Rodgers, finding Moss. Decent cross. Darby got there ahead of Maddix. This will be kept in by Aiston. He's done really well, Sam Aiston. Well claimed by Shane Gore. It was all about the presence of Dwayne Darby and the persistence of Sam Aiston.
Yeah, he stuck to the task well. It was just the thought that possibly one of his forwards could get in there across the front post.
Jimmy Quinn would like to sit on the bench for the entire proceedings. That would mean things are going well for the Shrewsbury player manager. He's one of the substitutes. Hendon does possess a long throw, which could be a possible weapon for Barnet today. Need to get two forward from the back, though. Up front, they're not the tallest. Hatch was the target. There's King. Away by Ridler. Aiston.
Good battling by Sam Aiston there. He's lost the ball initially, trying to go round Hendon. That's nice to see. How often we see wingers tackling like that, Kevin?
Rodgers going in where it hurts. Here's Lowe. One for Darby to chase. Shane Gore will have to improvise. Did it well. Good concentration from the Barnet goalkeeper. O'Connor. Grazioli's layoff is wayward of Strevens. Here's Lowe. O'Connor. Challis. O'Connor again. Aiston. At the moment not getting any joy out of Hendon.
Just feel though, Kevin, that Shrewsbury really, for me, they haven't really started to play the football which we know they can do, and I think it's been testimony to Barnet really, who've not allowed them to do that. You just feel that if Barnet just slow the pace down a little bit. Shrewsbury might take advantage of it.
Simon King. Now Tolley. Rodgers. Hasty in possession there. Luke Rodgers had raised a few eyebrows that he stayed at Shrewsbury this season. I know the club turned down a big money offer from Crewe Alexandra to take him to Gresty Road. Actually scored 16 goals in the 3rd division last season for a side that went down.
I don't think he needs to come that deep as well, Kevin. Sometimes players who don't get too involved in the game, they're looking for the ball, come a little bit deeper. I don't think it suits his game. He's got to stay high up with Dwayne Darby. Let the midfield players come into it. Jamie Tolley, for instance, we haven't seen a lot of him yet. Space has been closed down for him, and I think he doesn't need to drop at that so deep, Luke Rodgers.
Both sides have shown some nerves, it's fair to say, and they can be forgiven for that in the opening very nearly 17 minutes. Just a reminder that Barnet lead 2-1 from the first leg at Underhill last Thursday. But here's O'Connor. Thought about the shot, it was closed down well by Lopez, but Tolley feeds it out to Lowe. Simon King wasting no time to get in with the quick tackle. It was a last gasp winner that Barnet got in the first leg, scored by the substitute Simon Clist. Foul out of Plummer. I think Chris Plummer's going to be second best. I think he knows it with the physique and the presence of Darby. Just got to try and get in and around him and unsettle him. He can. Rodgers trying the snapshot. And, no sting in the effort.
That was a quick free kick into the box, wasn't it? And deflected towards Luke Rodgers. Just feel he should have tried to bring that one down. Ryan Lowe outside him. If he could have had a good touch, maybe he could have just set Lowe up for a cleaner strike at goal.
Tolley, finding Darren Moss. Aiston. Tolley. And Challis. Driven forward by Tinson. Plummer gets the better of Darby on this occasion. Here's Ryan Lowe, and it will fall for Jamie Tolley. Maddix very quick to close the space down.
Unlucky there, Jamie Tolley. Just had half a sight at goal. Swing's forced touch, ball just got away from him a bit. Gave Danny Maddix the opportunity to get across. Barnet at the moment working very, very hard to close everything down.
Rodgers against Plummer. Now Hendon. Paul Fairclough will be delighted with the opening 20 minutes. The side have not been in any trouble defensively. The other side is really featured, I suppose. Liam Hatch really having the only genuine opening of the match, which he fired over. Even by Paul Fairclough's admission, his side were very much second best in the first half of the opening leg at Underhill. It was the proverbial game of two halves, they tell me. Barnet playing down their famous slope were the better side in the second half. Here, it's pretty even. menacing stare from Dwayne Darby. I think he'd like to be the recipient of that.
Well, he'll take those challenges all day long. Very big, very strong Dwayne Darby. That's what he's there for.
Good header out by Maddix. Aiston. Not being allowed to play their football, Shrewsbury. Too many areas of the field in which they can given any space or time on the ball.
Well, it's amazing, Kevin, isn't it? You know, when you've just played a side, you get to know them very, very well, and it's a lot of the time down to the managers, get the tactics right. Hopefully the players perform to his expectations, and sometimes the game's really very, very difficult tactically for any side to get their game going.
Darren Moss will come forward to take the Shrewsbury free kick. Finding Ryan Lowe. It's a corner conceded by King. They worked that throw in very well, Shrewsbury, which has given them their first corner.
It's an advantage, Kevin, isn't it, as well, when you see something that's worked on the training field. What teams do or during the week when they're not playing, that's what they do. Little free kicks, little throw-ins. They can work something a little bit different and create an opportunity.
Tolley's corner, Tinson, Ridler, Darby will be the target of it. Ridler won't get there, away by Maddix. Here's Moss. Tinson. Lopez. Little bobble, I think, there for Simon King. Touch on by Rodgers. Again, Maddix is well placed for Barnet. Just a reminder, incidentally, to you that if Shrewsbury do win this second leg by a single goal margin, extra time would therefore come into place. Remember, away goals don't count double. Silver goal rule would apply in extra time. It's a free kick now on Strevens.
Was as well as a poor effort by Dave Ridler there to win the head up. Ben Strevens always favourite. Fortunately, he's okay.
Plummer has got forward to join Grazioli and Hatch and Yakubu, who are all in there for Gamble's free kick. Firmly met by Tinson. Now some room for Aiston. King trying to stay with Sam Aiston here. This is Dwayne Darby! Well, that was excellent technique from the big man, forcing a save out of Shane Gore after the lung-bursting run here from Aiston.
Right, it's a long run, isn't it? And at the end of the day, he's got a good ball into the far post area. Dwayne Darby slightly stretching. You just feel maybe across the face of Shane Gore might have been a little bit more beneficial. But a good save by the goalkeeper. Struck well by Darby.
Tolley's corner. By the head of Ian Hendon. Here's Trevor Challis. Again, they look for Darby. Firmly away by King. Just beginning to build a little bit of momentum here now, Shrewsbury.
Dwayne Darby needs to adjust his position a little bit quicker, Kevin. He's got the opportunity, he's got the time to get himself into a good position, more on a diagonal. He seems to be standing very straight and playing between Maddix and Plummer.
It was a proven goal scorer at this level. Conference top scorer when he won this division with Rushden and Diamonds. There's no doubt Shrewsbury can be a real threat from set pieces. All the big men in there again. Once again, though, Maddix doing a good job back in by Aiston, but no one in particular.
Disappointing effort by Sam Aiston, wasn't it? Really didn't have the power from that distance. I just feel it's always a difficult one. It bounces out. Do you just help it back in? Do you have a go from distance?
Well, I didn't think it was possible, Clive, that anybody could still be playing football beyond the year that you eventually retired, but Jimmy Quinn has managed it.
Yeah, it's an outstanding feat, isn't it? I've played many times abroad with Jimmy over the last few years, and a very, very fit player.
Here's Rodgers. Little fall here for Martin O'Connor. Nice disguise on the pass, Ryan Lowe. I'm not sure he was going for goal there, but Shane Gore had all his angles covered. Now there's been a development in the match at Edgar Street between Hereford and Aldershot. Remember, 1-1 from the first leg, but there has been a sending off in this match. And the man who goes for the challenge on Aaron McLean is Andy Tretton. The Hereford defender sent off, and they are down to 10 men. Aiston. Rodgers finding Moss. Now Lowe. Forward by Ridler. Just beginning to settle now, you feel, Shrewsbury. Pushing Barnet back a little deeper in the last 5 minutes. Difficult bouncing ball here. She is actually dealt with by Challis and then by Tinson. Lopez has had only finds Ryan Lowe. All a bit narrow here for Shrewsbury at the moment. Oh, and Robert Pollock blew up early there for the foul by Lopez on Ryan Lowe, and Dwayne Darby is frustrated. It's difficult sometimes for referees, but Dwayne Darby was wanting an advantage here.
Well, he did, and it's a decent run by Rob Lowe through the centre of the midfield. The referee there, you see his position was good. He sees Dwayne Darby going forward with the ball. You just feel that he can delay the whistle for a second or so and see what happens with Darby. He decides to blow very, very quickly.
It's pretty central to Shane Gore's goal, but it's a long, long way out. Don't think.
Just feel though, Kevin, the advantage has been lost for Shrewsbury, don't you? You know, they've got to play short, trying to get everybody back.
Yeah. In by Tolley, one of those back. It's the reliable Maddix. Here's Lowe. Held up by Yakubu. He just turned 19, Shmuel Yakubu, but brings a lot of legs to the Barnet cause.
Well, he's played in many, many positions for them, hasn't he, Kevin? We saw him play a couple of years ago, centre-back when he started at 16 years of age. He's played right across the midfield as well.
Lowe. Worth a try probably from the position he was in, but he's a goal-scoring threat from midfield, Ryan Lowe.
Well, he is, and just got his head down a little bit here too much and didn't really look for an opportunity, maybe just to poke it between defenders for Luke Rodgers, but decides to go for the strike on his weaker left foot.
Half an hour gone in the sun, down by the riverside at Gay Meadow. Nobody troubling the score sheet yet in this conference playoff semi-final second leg. Still 2-1 Barnet's advantage from the first leg last Thursday at Underhill. Tinson forced to concede the throw.
reasonably good pressure as well, Shrewsbury, in these last sort of 10 minutes or so, but without actually threatening, showing Gore in the goal. You just feel that, you know, sometimes when you've got the advantage going for you, a little breakaway, they've got to keep on their toes at the back, Shrewsbury.
Using the long throw again here of Hendon. Tolley feeding off his own header. Darby. Now King.
That's what we talk about, Kevin, lack of width. Barnet defensively there, King looking for a wide player, nobody there at all.
Aiston gets the better of Yakubu, now wants to drive at Hendon and Gamble. Sam Aiston finding Luke Rodgers. Trying to work his shooting position, but they had the gaps covered again there, Barnet. Once they get Sam Aiston driving at the Barnet defence, things look brighter for Shrewsbury.
He just wins the ball quickly there, finds the gap between two defenders, uses his pace to get in there. Good ball into Rodgers. Young Luke there, just trying to find a little bit of space.
7 years ago, Sam Aiston played for Chester City in a semi-final playoff defeat against Swansea. Now Grazioli getting on the wrong side of Ridler. Oh, and couldn't produce the shot beyond Scott Howie. It was very much the right side of Ridler as far as Grazioli was concerned. And for a goal scorer of his reputation, that was a great chance.
Well, it was, wasn't it? He just got in between defenders there. Ridler out of place, out of position. Grazioli maybe got a question about Ridler just touching him there.
Here's Rodgers getting the better of Maddix. Good save by Gore. Good ball for Dwayne Darby. Cleared off the line by Hendon. Well, the skipper very much in the right place there for Barnet. Saved a certain goal.
It's all happening at both ends now, Kevin, is it? One end to end. Luke Rodgers doing well initially, gets the strike. Good save. Palmed away. Dwayne Darby following up in Hendon, just in the right place. Either side of him here, and this would have been in the back of the net.
What a sweet strike from Darby. Ian Hendon, his experienced head, paid off for Barnet. It's probably, from Shrewsbury's point of view, what they needed. It's lifted the crowd here at Gay Meadow. Almost a goal at either end. It's work here for Moss. That's cleverly done. It's a good play by the Shrewsbury right back, Darren Moss. Now Aiston flatters into him, claims he got the ball, although Pollock disagrees. And is he going to produce a card here?
Well, I think Ian Hendon's saying there that he got the ball, but I feel he's gone through Sam Aiston's legs to get there. Aiston, for me, always favourite to get it into feet. And Hendon really gone through him, getting in a yellow card for his troubles.
60 seconds or so after clearing a certain goal-bound shot off the line from Dwayne Darby, the Barnet captain is booked.
We see just standing his ground there, Sam Aiston. And Hendon taking no prisoners, Kevin.
Took the ball, but he took plenty of Aiston as well.
Aiston as well, a little bit fortunate not to get injured there as well.
To the last 10 minutes of a tension-packed opening half of this conference playoff semi-final second leg. Still goalless, incidentally, at Edgar Street between Hereford and Aldershot. 1-1. Hendon looks unnerved by Pollock cooking. Tolley. It's given away by Jamie Tolley. There's Grazioli. The ball for Campbell to deal with. By Strevens. Which will look to apply some pressure here on Howie. It's good foraging by Liam Hatch. Made the goalkeeper clear for the Barnet throw.
Going to end up in the river, Kevin, that one.
There used to be a man, didn't they? The old story who used to sit in the boat, coracle I think they used to call it, and used to fish the old balls out of the river behind us. Those were the days when football coach could only afford 2 or 3 balls. Even at conference level, days are a little different now. There's a corner here for Barnet. Won by Yakubu. Maddix is joining Chris Plummer forward for this corner kick. Free kick, rather. Tolley. Won here well by Yakubu. Surrounded by blue shirts, but Ishmael Yakubu has forced another decision Barnet's way, thanks to doing well. They use the long throw of Hendon again here. Looking that way. By Tinson. There's quite a clash there between O'Connor and Lopez. Both players look to be in some trouble here. No quarter asked or given as the 2 players met at pace.
Full-blooded, wasn't it? It might be Martin O'Connor who's come out the worst of it. See his stretching, outstretched leg there. Lopez went through the challenge. It could be a knee injury there, but Lopez looks distressed as well.
It's the right knee, which is the problem for O'Connor.
Possibly a ligament injury there, Kevin.
It looks more like a head injury for Lopez. He was stooping slightly as he went to win the ball and maybe caught an elbow. Let's have a look.
Yeah, looks like he's caught the left elbow, Martin O'Connor. I think it's more Martin O'Connor's knee that's struggling in Shrewsbury at the moment.
36 years old now. Martin O'Connor has had a lot of experience of the playoffs in the past. Let's have a look at more live football coming up for you this week on Sky Sports. Still plenty of interest to see if Arsenal can go through the entire Premiership season unbeaten. They go to Portsmouth, safe for another season at the top. 7 o'clock, Sky Sports 1. And then Wednesday, don't miss Chelsea. Another man alongside me will not be missing that. And they pull the 3-1 deficit back. Champions League semi-final second leg against Monaco. Well, Clive, can your former club do it?
I certainly hope so, Kevin. It's a massive game for the club, and I know they feel that they're going to have all players back as well, injured players, so let's hope they get off to a good start.
Both managers here will be looking on anxiously to see that picture doesn't look too good at all, does it, to say the least, for Martin O'Connor. He is a key component for Jimmy Quinn in the Shrewsbury midfield. I think they'll try and give him as much opportunity as they can possibly to see if he can work off that injury, but it didn't look promising, did it?
No, it didn't. It looked like what happens was when you're stretching for the ball like he was, just Jimmy Quinn, obviously looking on pensively, but I think when you're stretching for a ball like that, it just opens up the joint slightly, and any collision just stretches it that little bit further.
The story looks brighter for Guy Lopez. Shrewsbury are preparing young David Edwards as a possible replacement for O'Connor. But knowing Martin O'Connor, he'll do his level best to get back out there. Here's Rodgers, tumbles over the challenge, and it's a free kick given against Danny Maddix.
That's clever by Lou Rodgers, this is. Wins the flick on. This is what they're good at. Dwayne Darby gets in the right position. He just runs across Danny Maddix. Maddix trying to just get out of the way. Impossible for him, but Lou Rodgers buying the free kick. Chance now a strike on target for the young striker.
To say it looked very minimal contact there for Maddix. Luke Rodgers, the player who got the free kick, is now looking to exploit the advantage himself. Oh, brings a good save out of Gore. He couldn't have had long to see that, Shane Gore, and how well he got down to this Luke Rodgers free kick.
This is an absolutely wonderful save. Struck it so well, Luke Rodgers. Shane Gore down very, very quickly to his right-hand side. Good strong hand, pushes it away for a corner.
Free transfer from Wimbledon, the Barnet goalkeeper back in October. Super save. Fields for handball and given. It's a penalty, handball by Liam Hatch. And Shrewsbury have the chance to level up this conference playoff semi-final.
Well, no doubt whatsoever in my mind. Definite penalty. Liam Hatch going up with his hands up. You can't do that in the area. And the referee, absolutely spot on for me. I think for once Barnet got their organisation just slightly wrong there.
Luke Rodgers, 2 penalties out of 2 this season. This is the one that matters. And the team that came down from the Football League 12 months ago now hold real hopes of making the immediate return. Luke Rodgers. It's 1-0 on the day, 2-2 on aggregate, convincing.
Well, I didn't think there was going to be anybody who saved this, did, and he smashed this on target. What a great strike. No nerves in taking penalties, and you hit him with so much pace. What a smile on his face there.
Grazioli giving chase to this. Howie taking charge of proceedings.
I just felt for the corner, Kevin, they got their organisation wrong. Barnet should be 1 behind and 1 in front. There was a chance for Dave Ridler just to help it into the area. Only Liam Hatch behind, and he puts his hand up. The referee's got it spot on for me.
Well,
good
Barnet,
time to score as well.
Sorry, Clive. Barnet had defended so well up until that point. Been in a great deal of trouble. A couple of useful saves from Gore and that clearance off the line for the man on the ball now, Hendon, but it's a sorry way to concede a goal, and that will frustrate Paul Fairclough. But Luke Rodgers taking full advantage. Liam Hatch, the player judged to have handled. Take the Barnet free kick. Complaining that Rodgers isn't full 10 yards. Here's Lopez. Tangling with O'Connor again, who seems to have shaken off that knot. Is there a style recovery from Martin O'Connor? Buzzing now, Luke Rodgers could spell danger in the second half for Barnet.
Well, that's given him a big lift, hasn't it? And Sure, they'll be keen to come out for the second period. 3 minutes added on time. And also have the win, Kevin, that he's picked up from time to time in the first half. Jimmy Quinn will be more than happy well into this game now.
To take the Shrewsbury throw. Plummer's available for him, but he's looking rather down the line. And climbing by Darby, pushing down on his man. It's a different half-time team talk that Fairclough will be preparing now from what he was a couple of minutes ago.
He's got to say to his players, don't panic, Kevin. You know, they're still well in this tie. Everything to play for in the second half. Don't panic and start losing your heads and not passing well. And to carry on as they have done in the first half.
Free kick and just a moment's altercation there between Darby and King. The referee and his assistant Tom Conway were quickly in there to prevent any trouble brewing there between Darby and King.
I think as defenders you always know what you're going to get against Dwayne Darby. That's what he does, he ruffles feathers.
Hendon's free kick. Maddix did just leap but probably able to feed off the header away by Lowe. To the last 30 seconds of time added on. Rodgers. Well there, Luke Rodgers. Now Moss. Tolley's the furthest player forward for Shrewsbury, but will be comfortable for Gore. Strevens. Wishful ball in by Ben Strevens. This is Grazioli. Set somebody up for a possible shot, in by King. Hatch with the header. Oh, he could have made amends for conceding the penalty there, Liam Hatch. Did he have the belief here?
Oh, it's been held up well by Grazioli. Great ball into that far post area. And for me, Liam Hatch has got to hit the target. Good opportunity. He's a big lad. He can head the ball well. Wins a lot of flick-ons. When it mattered in front of goal, missed the target.
Good chance to add to the one that Grazioli had earlier in the half. Challis with the Shrewsbury throw. And we've reached half-time in the conference playoff semi-final, second leg. And Luke Rodgers scoring the only goal of the half from the penalty spot. Handball against Liam Hatch. 1-0 on the day, 2-2 on aggregate. But that was the moment when Rodgers delighted the full house of 8,000 at Gay Meadow. So all to play for in the second half for a place in the promotion final a week on Sunday.
Sky Sports 2 from Alton Park, ATP Masters Tennis from Rome, day 1 right now on Sky Sports Extra. At Gay Meadow, it's 1-0 to Shrewsbury. That makes it 2-2 overall over both legs. Just the one booking in the first half in Hendon for Barnet. A fully committed first half, though. Great stuff. Good chances for both teams. Ian Snowden with me. You still can't pick a winner yet, can you?
You certainly can't. You can't rule Barnet out yet, George. And as we say, a penalty just before half-time. It does warm things up now.
Yeah, tremendous first half. Let's start with the early stuff. A penalty claim early on. What was your view of this?
Yeah,
Chris Plummer.
Yeah, I think it'd have been a little bit harsh. Dwayne Darby just trying to play a little ball through to Sam Aiston there, but he's just getting back. His arm is up, but I think it's ball to hand rather than his hand bringing the ball down. And yeah, I think the referee got it right there. I don't think it was a penalty.
So Chris Plummer of Barnet there, but at the other end, Darren Tinson, almost an own goal for Shrewsbury.
Yeah, I think it was a lack of communication there between the goalkeeper and Tinson. He didn't really know where his keeper was. And how on earth that stayed out is beyond me, because it looks as though it's just going to bounce and go into the roof of the net. And fortunately for Shrewsbury, it's gone over the bar.
Tinson's doing the right thing. He's trying to deal with it. But
yeah, I just thought the keeper could have helped him out a little bit more by communicating to him and tell him exactly whereabouts he was.
Dwayne Darby and Luke Rodgers up front, you know, a couple of formidable strikers in more ways than one. And Dwayne Darby's had a couple of chances. The one coming up now, Sam Aiston makes a great break, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think Shrewsbury have got to give him the ball a lot more, and he's broke from his own 18-yard box here and done ever so well, provided a great left foot cross, back post, and what a volley from Dwayne Darby, because it is an hard skill to do when the ball's coming over your head like that.
He's got to keep focused on that. It's great skill, isn't it?
It's a terrific strike, and he's made the keeper make a good save low down to his left.
Giuliano Grazioli, big name, big striker for Barnet, had a big chance as well, just fluffed it really.
He did have a big chance. I thought he was a little bit impeded here.
Was it a penalty, or should he have gone down, or what?
I think he kept his feet, and once he got into that position, I don't think it was a penalty. I think it's outside the box, as we can see. He has slightly tripped, but he's had more time than he expected once he got through there, and I think he'll be disappointed he's not put Barnet in the lead there.
Another Dwayne Darby chance for Shrewsbury. Been in the game throughout, hasn't he? A real threat.
Yeah, he's an handful. He's decent in the air, puts defenders under a lot of pressure, and as we see, Luke Rodgers has had the first shot. The keeper's done well, parried it out, and a terrific strike from big Dwayne Darby with his left foot.
Ian Hendon on the line, great defending, not a penalty.
No, definitely not a penalty. He's got in the way with his chest, and it's a terrific block on the line. Just what the captain needed to do, really.
Great piece of goalkeeping from a free kick by Luke Rodgers. Shane Gore, tremendous save this one.
Yeah, it was, because he's seen it late on as well. He struck it really well, Luke, with his right foot. It's going in there, and I don't think it was an actual free kick as well that built up to that. I think Luke tripped over his own feet, but the referees give the decision, and as you see, Shane Gore's made a terrific save.
Well, from that corner, we had the penalty. Now, what was Liam Hatch doing? What was he dreaming of doing?
I tell you what, his manager and his teammates will be absolutely livid with what he's done there. There's no danger. It's just an hopeful corner kick in there, aimed at the near post. And Liam's gone up with his arms. Why on earth he's gone to put his arms up there? And the referees had no qualms about the penalty.
Struck it well.
Exactly same as his penalty down at Underhill. Just struck it firm and into the roof of the net in central of the goal. Give the keeper no chance whatsoever.
OK, it's 1-0 to Shrewsbury. It's 2-2 on aggregate, but that's all it is. Away goals don't count double. We could be heading for extra time and penalties. We shall see. 45 more minutes. And on Wednesday at 7 o'clock, it's Chelsea against Monaco. Semi-final, second leg, Chelsea 3-1 down. Can they turn it back? It's all live on Sky Sports 1. Both conference semi-finals are locked together. It couldn't be closer. Here, it's 1-0 to Shrewsbury, 2-2 on aggregate, and it's 0-0 at Hereford in Snowdon. So anybody's games.
It is anybody's games as well, and Hereford being a man down as well, it's going to be extremely difficult for them.
Hereford having a player sent off. It's Andy Tretton. Professional foul, straight red. What's your view of this, Ian?
Yeah, he's just a defensive header back in there, and as you can see, he's got a little tie. But that is a poor decision, I think. A booking, a free kick, all well and good, but not a straight red, surely, for that. And you can see by the look on his face, he's totally amazed that he's got a red card for it.
You wonder, after all the sort of bad luck Hereford have had of having 11 straight wins, not getting promotion, the bad luck's maybe following them around a little bit.
Yeah, it looks that way, but as you said, there's 45 minutes to go, and all things can happen yet, George.
OK, here at Gay Meadow, it's almost time for the second half action. Let's join our commentators. There's a substitution, I think, to be told about first of all. Let's rejoin Clive Walker and Kevin Keatings.
Yes, George, it's Shrewsbury who are making the switch, and Martin O'Connor, who received that injury not far short of half-time, has not been able to recover from the knee problem, and youngster David Edwards, only 19, 18 in fact he is, who comes on to take his place in the Shrewsbury midfield. It's a very young midfield now for Jimmy Quinn, with Tolley only 20, and now Edwards at 18 alongside him. That is the only change in personnel.
Be interesting to see what they do, Shrewsbury. Tolley, we didn't see too much of him in the first half, and one of those lads who loves to get forward and get on and try and get in behind the strikers, but we didn't see too much of that. Martin O'Connor did a good holding job in midfield, so interested to see how they play. Jamie Tolley and David Edwards now, lots of legs between them. Maybe they'll take it in turns.
Here's Aiston, who could be the ace in the pack for Shrewsbury. Strevens breaks the challenge of Moss, and Ben Strevens trying to wrestle his way beyond Ridler. Oh, and not a bad try. Just for a moment there, Scott Howie, the goalkeeper, was wondering whether Ben Strevens' effort was going to find the corner here.
Well, Ben Strevens not really got that explosive pace. Ridler just struggling to stay with him, but he cuts back inside, gets a shot almost on target. Strength by Strevens. Didn't quite tuck it away in the corner.
Here's Maddix. Had a good first half. Header for Plummer. Strevens. Kicking practice for Shane Gore. 2 smart saves in the first half. Gamble. Neat header by Hatch. Yakubu for skipper Hendon. Caught by the trailing boot of Aiston, but players continuing here. Hendon is back on his feet, in by King. Yakubu. The worker crossing position, Challis trying to prevent it. And good defending by the former Queen's Park Rangers man, Challis. Won some England under-21 caps early on in his career. Once a teammate of Maddix and Plummer, who are at the heart of the Barnet defence today. Grazioli did well to get there first, ahead of Challis. Hendon. Fall here for Ben Strevens. Able to find Hatch. Away by Ridler. Forward by Lowe. He was looking for Rodgers, who had lost his footing. Shrewsbury are looking to become only the second side since the conference was formed to bounce straight back into the Football League. The conference is littered with ex-league clubs who found it very difficult to make the step back. Lincoln City, the only club to do it at the first time of asking, back in the late 80s. Jimmy Quinn, very ambitious, embarking upon a 5-year plan with the club to attain, at the least, second division league football. It's the plan they have in place. Part of that includes a new ground, which they will take up in 2005, 10,000 all-seater stadium, which will be built on the edge of the town of Shrewsbury. So the future could look very bright, when it looked very dark just 12 months ago. But certainly they've got a good fan base. Full credit to the Shrewsbury fans for the way they've rallied round this season. The average gate just over 4,000. It's significantly beyond that today. It's the best of the season. Just over 7,000. And almost 1 million people have watched conference football this season. As the standard of football and the facilities at the various grounds just gets better every year. Well, that's a mistake by Maddix. That's a trip by Lopez. The referee quick to spot that, and he'd be lucky if he escapes without a card here, Guy Lopez, as Edwards was tripped.
Well, he is lucky if he doesn't get a yellow card. It doesn't look like he's going to get one. The referee felt that was intentional, all players coming together. Guy Lopez getting the benefit of the doubt, but a good position here, dead centre.
Well, not dissimilar position from which Luke Rodgers brought a good save from Gore in the first half, but the goalkeeper will not be extended on this occasion. He's one of the young, hungry players that wants to get back into the Football League. Luke Rodgers, proven goal scorer in the 3rd division before. Plenty of drama to unfold here, and indeed at Edgar Street, where it's still goalless in the semi-final second leg between 10-man Hereford, who had Andy Tretton sent off in the first half, and Aldershot, Terry Brown's Aldershot, still holding the favourites. Aiston has done well against Hendon. To interception though for Plummer. Gamble. Grazioli getting away there from Ridler. Support from Hatch, promising, very promising for Barnet. And Hatch found only the grateful hands of Scott Howie, but a good link up between the front two.
Well, the first time we've really seen Grazioli make something for himself, but ran out of room. Good little ball to Hatch. Well, not much of an angle for him, just got a toe poke away. Liam Hatch.
If they can feed Grazioli in particular on it, and keep up a good record away from home in the conference this season, when only 4 times they failed to score. Remember, if it stays 1-0 through 90 minutes, we will have extra time. Away goals do not count double after Luke Rodgers scored from another penalty in the first leg at Underhill on Thursday. 2-2 would take us to extra time if nobody troubles the score sheet in that period. Then penalties. Both semi-finals were decided by penalty shootouts, I'm sure you recall, 12 months ago. Work here for Howie. Strong fists. The Shrewsbury goalkeeper.
That's a good punch, good positive punch there. Over the top of Liam Hatch, that's what defenders like.
Aiston. Straight to Gamble. Joe Gamble forcing the throw for Barnet in play. The man on loan from Reading. He's been on loan all season with most of the season with Barnet. Ian Hendon deployed a few long throws in the first half. This time he hopes to go short, and he's offside as he receives from Yakubu. That's very disappointing as far as Barnet are concerned, who are wanting to make a substitution now. I think Lopez is coming off. Paul Fairclough decides to take Guy Lopez off, the man who was involved in that challenge with O'Connor just before half-time. And here's the man who got the late winner in the final seconds of the first leg, Simon Clist, former Bristol City player, who will come on as a direct replacement for Lopez.
Maybe you feel that Guy Lopez just struggling a bit after that collision in the first half. Simon Clist obviously got that ability to maybe get forward and score that winning goal.
Lowe. Now Tolley. Responsibility for Jamie Tolley, now that Martin O'Connor's not out there for Shrewsbury. Strevens rather backed into a corner. Lowe. By Rodgers. Life is comfortable for Barnet.
Just looking at Ryan Lowe there, Kevin. We've seen him before. He's very quick, very direct player. Can score goals. We really haven't seen him involved. He's been out of sorts in this game today, and you just feel he's really not had the service, perhaps, that he deserves. Probably tucking in a little bit too deep for me. Should be a little bit wider.
Here's Rodgers. It's got a break possibly here for Edwards. Excellent covering from Hendon. There's a lot of experience in the reading of the play there by the Barnet captain. Cross from right back into a centre-back berth to good effect.
Yeah, good play by Hendon, saw the danger. That's what experience gives you. See things before they happen.
Aiston doing well against Hendon. Oh, brilliant play from Sam Aiston. Can he go all the way? Beaten away by Shane Gore. Direct, positive, and a joy for any manager to watch. Just a pity from Shrewsbury's point of view. Clive, he couldn't put the chance away, but how well he outmuscled Hendon.
Right, it was good strength, good skills, very direct, very positive. A good clean strike on target as well.
It may surprise you to know that this man has not scored a goal in the conference all season. It's the side of his game, I think, that will have to improve. Shrewsbury ought to go up, but there's no question about it. It's a throwback, really, to the old-fashioned hug the touchline winger.
Well, he is, and it's one thing you'd like to see.
Paul Fairclough is going to bring on a very familiar figure. Giant figure of Matt Redmile, who was actually relegated with Shrewsbury Town last season. So what a story if he comes on to be a match winner. Have to wait his time for the moment.
I'm just wondering what he's going to do, unless he's got a problem with Danny Maddix and Chris Plummer. Redmile, big, strong centre-back. I'm just wondering if he might want to push him up front.
Here's Aiston doing well again. Sam Aiston, options to find Dwayne Darby, who's very disappointed he didn't get the service in the Final shot was tamed from Sam Aiston. It is Danny Maddix who is going to make way, but Sam Aiston's beginning to force the issue here for Shrewsbury.
He could have kept going, keep going towards Dwayne Darby and go for the 1-2 and play himself in. Going for the early strike.
The former Queen's Park Rangers Sheffield Wednesday man, 36 now, Danny Maddix, and here's the reception for Matt Redmile. Once won a third division championship with Notts County. Sam Allardyce was the Notts County manager when he did that.
He's a big lad, Matt Redmile. He's got very good feet for his size.
Tell you what, if Redmile and Darby clash any time in this second half, it will register on the Richter scale.
One thing's for sure, Kevin, that could happen. Also, I'm not too sure about the substitution, unless there's a problem for Danny Maddix. I thought he had a very, very good first half.
Here's Ryan Lowe. Clive was saying it's such a quiet game, but that's a fine pass. And the first touch lets Luke Rodgers down.
Well, he has for me, Ryan Lowe's been totally out of the game. I just feel he's been playing too far inside, needs to get wider, get the ball to feet and use his pace, but that was a good ball to Luke Rodgers. Poor first touch, which is surprising for him.
Free kick against Darren Moss. Darren Moss will miss the final if Shrewsbury get through. He starts a 4-match suspension after a recent sending off against Gravesend here. Now a presence. Matt Redmile as Barnet look to plant this free kick from Ian Hendon in his direction. Out comes Shrewsbury. Strong run from Edwards. He's got plenty of support here. David Edwards, including Luke Rodgers. A better shot for a moment. And uses the width provided again by Aiston. Faced by Yakubu. Darby's header. It's comfortable for Shane Gore.
Difficult one for Dwayne Darby to deal with. Ball slightly behind him. So he really just tried to knock the ball down. Too far away to go for goal.
Oh, and Scott Howie's in trouble here for a moment, and only just denied his former Bristol Rovers teammate Giuliano Grazioli, who, as ever, was sniffing any mistake. It was a mistake.
Oh, it was, and it was a poor attempt for a clearance, but gets away with it.
Here's Rodgers. Now Ryan Lowe, cleverly into space, but the space found Darby in an offside position. It's a little unlucky there.
It was, and it was a very, very tight decision as well. So him just standing offside. Very close, got it absolutely spot on though. Just wonder if Luke Rodgers relishes that Redmile being on the park. Defenders don't like little guys running around them who are quick and sharp. Good idea for him to get into Matt Redmile, and maybe the less experienced of the two defenders now. Chris Plummer, a little bit more experience, you feel.
Well, no injury, we understand, to Maddix. Purely tactical from Paul Fairclough. There's work here for Redmile, and Rodgers trying to impress himself physically. Would have felt like a tickle to that man.
Yeah, he had a long way to go round, didn't he, to get there. So, as I said, you know, if he can get a little bit tighter to Matt Redmile, he might just find, he can just break off him and find that little bit of space.
Header forward by Hatch. Ridler needs to be steady. On by Darby. Rodgers trying to be a menace here for Simon King, who defended resolutely enough. Still goalless at Edgar Street, by the way. Hereford and Aldershot now locked at 1-1 on aggregate. Luke Rodgers' first half penalty as Shrewsbury one up here in the second leg, 2-2 overall. It's good harrying by Hatch.
He's one of those players, isn't he, Kevin? Liam Hatch, you know, he looks ungainly at times, but he non-stop runs and gets players to work very, very hard to clear their lines. He never lets defenders off the hook.
Gamble. Hatch again. Strevens. Now Rodgers. A little bit of freedom now for Shrewsbury. Aiston running at the retreating Hendon. Free kick given against Sam Aiston. But he fancies the challenge, I think, against Ian Hendon. Little wink from the Barnet skipper. I've got it under control.
Yeah, I think what he's done here is Ian Hendon. He's just run off the line as Sam Aiston was taking the ball past him. Couldn't quite see it from that. He's probably just run off the line to run him out of play. And Aiston trying to make the challenge, just injures himself slightly.
Just looks as though he's pulled something there, Sam Aiston, as he overstretched in that run against Hendon. The old magic spray on the right knee ought to do the job. Redmile and Rodgers in the air now. That is an uneven contest. Hush descends around Gay Meadow as nervy final 25 minutes at least are in store here. Or are we to have extra time, possibly penalties? There's been penalties already in this tie. On Thursday, both goals produced successful spot kicks for Strevens and Rodgers. Rodgers again here today. Darby will be the likely target of Moss's free kick. Ridler's coming up from the back. Good header out by Plummer. Tinson. No sign of the hamstring pull. That was a problem for Darren Tinson. Come off at half-time in the first leg on Thursday. Jimmy Quinn saying that he didn't feel there was any risk in putting him out here today. So with a lot of hamstring problems, Clive, it was emanating, Jimmy was telling us before the match, from his back.
Yeah, it happens a lot. Sometimes your back gets out of place and it just pulls tighter on the hamstring. Also your pelvis sometimes gets a little bit twisted, pulls the hamstring a little bit tighter. Feel like you've pulled a hamstring, but fortunately it was his back and they could put it back into place.
Will he bring himself on at some stage today, I wonder? 6 months short of his 45th birthday. He played the full match in the 3-3 draw at Morecambe on the last day of the conference season. Quite a story of Quinn is a match winner here today. Here's Ryan Lowe. Shrewsbury have got plenty of match winners out there already. And here's Moss. And they're stretched here for a moment, Barnet. It's an important interception by King, which took the sting off the cross from Darren Moss.
Well, we haven't seen Darren Moss get so advanced during this game so far. Good run this time by Ryan Lowe. Right at the heart of the defence, slides it outside. There's Moss. You just feel maybe he could have just picked it up and clipped it up to the far post. Good defending by Simon King, just does enough to allow his goalkeeper to come and take the ball. I just feel the game really just needs a little bit of inspiration at the moment, Kevin. Just a little bit of a lift. Maybe an individual player. Maybe even just the crowd.
Hendon. Challis. And Rodgers and Plummer involved in the tussle. There's not much of Luke Rodgers, but he's not afraid to put himself about. And the big defenders are sticking as tight as Plummer was to him there.
Well, he was, and the wee man doesn't mind the battle, does he? And it's good by the referee as well. No decision with a card, thankfully, just a stiff talking to both players. As you see, both players, you know, it was a bit of a challenge, you know, and they both got stuck in, and it's nice to see a little bit of body contact with no retribution.
Rodgers trying to feed off the header from Tinson. This is Edwards for Aiston. Nobody in position. It wasn't a bad ball in actually from Sam Aiston, but nobody's prepared to gamble.
Well, I think he's done the right thing. I don't think he could do a lot more. He's being closed down. As I say a little bit earlier on with Dwayne Darby, needs, for me, to get into position just a little bit quicker.
Well held up by Grazioli to feed Yakubu. It's away by Tolley. Barnet attacking the goal, behind which is the bulk of their support. Hendon looking for some movement here. Gets it from Clist. Barnet makes some progress. This time I think it's coming in long from Hendon. Header out by Tinson.
The referee, the linesman there, seen a foul throw. There's a foot on the pitch or off to the back foot. Referee a little bit slow to see that one.
Anthony Taylor, Robert Pollock's assistant, flagging for the foul throw. Or is it given offside? Yes, it's indecision, but it is the foul throw, I think. So Challis will have to position himself here now. Forward by Plummer. On for Hatch to give chase to. Spins Tinson.
There's a good bit of pressure as well by Barnet in the last couple of minutes. Just feel they need now to get some sort of delivery into the box. We've seen them take one foul throw. Let's see if we can get it right this time.
Hatch is usually the target. He is again. He wins the header. Grazioli's claiming a corner, and he gets it.
Straightforward stuff, long throw, flicked on by Hatch. It's happened a few times this season for Barnet. Grazioli on the end of it.
Simon Clist just telling Joe Gamble he wants to play this one in long. Big Redmile forward aimed in his direction. This is Yakubu. Well, he's quite an athlete, Ismail Yakubu. Those elastic legs that he's got get him into positions where more often than not he comes out forcing a decision his side's way, and it's another Barnet corner. Redmile being marked by Darby. It's Joe Gamble with the Barnet corner this time. Met by the head of Plummer, but in danger in the Shrewsbury goal. Well, who's going to step forward and be a hero here? You would hope, from the players' point of view, that nobody is a villain and that somebody, if they are to win it without the need for penalty shootouts or indeed perhaps extra time, is going to win it with a bit of skill and magic. Lowe's going to get to this. Taking on King. Support is outside from Moss. The lackadaisical pass from Ryan Lowe.
I just feel there's a little bit of communication problem there as well, Kevin. Moss making a good run as he did a little bit earlier on.
Ridler. Rodgers is offside.
There's a poor ball in by Dave Ridler as well. Just coming onto it, just helping it back into the area, and just feel it's like Luke Rodgers needed into their feet. Just looking for a little bit of space. Maybe Dave Ridler just to hang on to it for a bit longer.
Miscue there from Tolley. Now gamble for Hendon. Edwards hurried out of that by Gamble. Beginning to enjoy quite a lot of territorial advantage now, Barnet and Strevens. Challis needed to deal with it, with Yakubu bearing in behind him. Poor Fairclough will be happy with what he's seen in the last 7 or 8 minutes. Called it the most difficult period of his managerial career when he had to come in to replace Martin Allen in March. It wouldn't happen overnight that he could embrace the players, as he termed it, and for them to embrace him, but he feels as though everybody's fighting for the common cause now, and that's promotion to the Football League. Gamble with the corner. Good running by Hendon. It's very difficult to deflect that on target.
He's made a good run here, Ian Hendon, from the corner. Waiting for players to come out of the hole. He drifted into it. Probably the ball into him wasn't the best. Foot to foot at it.
Barnet fans packed in there behind Scott Howie's goal. What wouldn't they give for a goal now? That goes for the 4 sets of supporters, both here and at Edgar Street, where it's still Hereford United 0, Aldershot 0. Hereford down to 10 men since before half-time in that second leg, when Andy Tretton was sent off for a professional foul on Aaron McLean. It's 1-1 overall in aggregate, 2-2 overall here. Strevens. Hatch gets away from Ridler and firmly in on Tinson, who felt the full weight of Liam Hatch's challenge there. Ball was there to be won. Robert Pollock doesn't look as though he's going to produce a card, and probably saw it that way too.
Well, I think he's got every right to go for the ball. It's just stretching a little bit for him. The players coming together. Tinson comes off the worst, but I think he's got every right to go for that ball.
Just a word here with Liam Hatch. No sign that Robert Pollock is going to produce a card.
I wonder what he's saying, Kevin, because I don't feel it was a particularly dangerous challenge. Just maybe saying to Liam Hatch, just be careful if you're going to be stretching for things.
Liam Hatch shaking his head there, and I think with every reason. It's not often you see a big centre-back coming off second best. But Darren Tinson still lying prone on the turf here. And I just wonder if that trouble we were talking about with his back, which leads to his hamstring problems. He'll have to be exercising the mind of Jimmy Quinn now, Shrewsbury player manager. Hoping that Tinson will be able to run this one off. Key player, the skipper, and nice little sporting handshake. And I think Darren Tinson bore no malice there at all to Liam Hatch. He knew that it was a fair challenge. The ball was there to be won.
to have been pushing Darby.
That's becoming a good battle, as you said, Kevin, between these two. Just looked at Dwayne Darby as he got up off the floor, and a wry grin on his face, thinking, well, I've got a free kick there. Well, I'm sure this battle's going to go on for the rest of the game.
Darren Moss with a free kick. Met by the head of Redmile, but didn't go in the direction it was intended to. And that's gifted Shrewsbury a corner.
Isn't it amazing, Kevin, when there's a free kick outside the box, you've got a big guy in the middle. Oh, they attract the ball, don't they? And Redmile no different at all.
Tinson back on, waiting for Jamie Tolley's corner. Grazioli, Strevens, nicely taken at pace. Tracked all the way though by Edwards.
That's good play as well by Ben Strevens, just taking the ball away from his own penalty area, relieving the pressure on the inside of throw-in.
To Barnet. Darby again aggrieved. Strevens. Ross very quickly into the tackle. Into the last 10 minutes. Approaching the time very soon when any goal would probably be a winning goal. Here's Luke Rodgers, stretched for a moment here, Barnet. Tolley trying to get up in support of Rodgers, will he need him? Deflected off Plummer. Ultimately, no great panic for Barnet.
I was unsure whether he knew that Jamie Tolley was alongside him. He had lots of ground there, Jamie Tolley, to get up there with Luke Rodgers. Just run a long way.
Remind you about the away goal rule. It does not apply in these conference playoffs. Otherwise, Barnet would be needing a goal now. Shrewsbury would have the advantage if the away goal was applying here, but it's not. But the silver goal rule, if we go into extra time, will. Rodgers. Out nicely for Ryan Lowe. He's got Moss free inside of him, Lowe. He's going to try and find him instead. It's a more than troublesome ball for Redmile, who dealt with it well.
That's good play by Shrewsbury, opening the play up. So Ryan Lowe to have a run wide. It's a half-decent ball into that near post area. And there's the big man again, Matt Redmile, defending well.
Another Jamie Tolley corner for Shrewsbury. Three-hitter away for Hatch. Here's Edwards. New overdue for Yakubu.
Well, they will in that situation, Kevin, dropping into that penalty area. Over the top of the centre-backs. Not too sure of what's behind him. Here's the ball quite well.
Great movement here for Challis. This is Rodgers. Set up the shot for Ryan Lowe. It's Tolley! Well, he could have made himself a hero there, and he knows it.
It's a good chance, isn't it? Rodgers doing well, just lays the ball off for Ryan Lowe, but he overhits it. He goes all the way through for Tolley. Tolley really should have hit the target.
One more live football coming up for you this week. Can Arsenal maintain their unbeaten Premiership record this season? Find out tomorrow, 7 o'clock, Sky Sports 1 at Bratton Park. And then Wednesday, the big one, the Champions League semi-final. Second leg, Chelsea having to come from a 3-1 deficit against Monaco. See if they can do it. Sky Sports 1 Wednesday at 7.
Hendon. Here's Clist. Gamble. Now King. Hatch. So the return ball from Clist, and very well defended by Challis. Close of anticipation as Aiston goes on one of these leggy runs, but held up well by Gamble. There's a problem for Barnet.
It's Liam Hatch who's gone down as he went for the 1-2. He just tried to roll the ball around the corner. And both Hatch and Grazioli going for the same ball. You see the two players going for the same ball. Hatch just collided with the defender there. It's like a back problem. Just twisted it.
Does have another substitution up his sleeve, should he need it. Getting to the sharp end now, and you can see the tension building at Gay Meadow. And it's bite your nails time for the Shrewsbury fans. And she can barely force herself to watch. You feel for them, don't you?
Well, you do. It's been a long season for both sides, and we've probably seen some ups and downs all the way through, although the team's doing very, very well this season. And when it comes, as you say, Kevin, to the sharp end, they all feel, you know, it should be their team that's going up, but we're sat on a knife edge, and it could still go either way.
Well, the season before last, teams didn't have a second bite at the Football League. Last season was the inaugural playoffs. How exciting they were last year. They both went to extra time. They both, the semi-finals, went to penalty shootouts. Promotion final itself was decided by a golden goal by Doncaster Rovers' Franny Tierney. And are we in for a similar scenario this time round? We're less than 4 minutes away from extra time in both semi-finals. Still 0-0 at Acre Street, 1-1 in aggregate between Hereford and Aldershot. Forward by Ridler. In by Rodgers. And Darby. Oh, he's got space for the shot. Brilliantly blocked by Plummer. And that was a very important interception by Chris Plummer.
That's good defending. Dwayne Darby finding a little bit of space for the shot. Chris Plummer very sharp to get the block in.
In by Challis. Rodgers did very well to get his 5'6" frame to that, but Morris disappoints with the shot.
That's why Darren Moss probably plays at fullback, Kevin. A little bit excited there in front of goal.
This was the moment Dwayne Darby thought he was going to be the hero.
Well, he's turned Ian Hendon very, very well on the edge of the box. There's Dwayne Darby, found that little bit of space. Just found that very, very sharp still into the closing minutes.
Strevens finding Clist. Now King. Interception from Ryan Lowe. Now Rodgers. Tolley is forward alongside Dwayne Darby, but will be beyond Jamie Tolley. Darren Moss will take the Shrewsbury throw. 89th minute. Away by Redmile. Anybody in the river? Gore deciding he wasn't going to come for that. One or two of the defenders suggesting he might have chosen the decision to come and take control. Rodgers trying to force the corner, and he's done so. And these are very nervy moments now for Barnet. It would be so cruel if a season's hard work came down to conceding a goal here.
Concentration, the name of the game at the moment for Barnet.
Tolley's corner. Challis winning the race with Grazioli. No free kick. This is Liam Hatch. Now it's Barnet's turn to drive into Shrewsbury territory, but a wayward pass, a tired one from Hatch.
Well, it's Luke Rodgers who got back at him as well. He's run some 30-40 yards. Luke Rodgers there for the cause. Did very, very well to stop Liam Hatch getting his cross in.
Stoppage time, of which there will be 3 minutes. Or will he have a part to play in extra time? 44 years young. He certainly will have to orchestrate things without donning the kit. All Fairclough.
Well, it would be fairy tale stuff if he does, Kevin. Quinn scored goals at every level, and if he can get that winning goal today.
Rodgers has kicked this in. Hesitation for a moment by Plummer, who did very well eventually to get goal side of Luke Rodgers, but Barnet were expecting the ball to go out and were rather flat-footed. Tolley. Now Moss. Lowe has done well, very well, to find Moss. Lowe wants the return pass, and here he is. And it's going to be set up now for Jamie Tolley. Blocked by Plummer.
What a shame that Jamie Tolley went for the shot. I don't think the shot was on. Defenders coming out. There's a little clip ball to the far post. Rodgers standing there on his own. Wrong decision by Jamie Tolley.
Well, under 90 seconds away from extra time. Strevens. Challis. That's way beyond the target, which was Rodgers. Still goalless at Edgar Street, very close to extra time in the other semi-final as well. Hereford played the whole of the second half and a few minutes of the first with 10 men after Andy Tretton was sent off. All the way through for Aiston, who's still feeling, I think, that slight pull early. He's not moving entirely freely, Sam Aiston. Darby will give chase. Redmile will get it out of harm's way. Last opportunity then to win the game in normal time for Shrewsbury. Darby. King preventing any possible cross. Will be out for the goal kick. It'll be the last action of normal time. And so, with no away goals counting double, Luke Rodgers' first half penalty means that Shrewsbury level it up on aggregate at 2-2. And a very tense and nervy and exciting extra time is coming right after this break.
playoff semi-finals. At Gay Meadow, 1-0 to Shrewsbury, 2-2 overall. At Edgar Street, it's goalless, 1-1 overall there. Ian Snowden's with me. Interestingly, Ian, if away goals had been applied, we'd have winners by now, Shrewsbury and Hereford.
That's right, George, but they knew the rules before the game, and as we said, both ties now have gone into extra time. A lot of nervousness around here, especially.
And the silver goal applies, which means if there's a goal scored, we still go to half-time of extra time, and if they're still leading, it's all over then.
It does, it seems a little bit complicated, but as we said, both managers will be going out for the win, and it's as simple as that. Surely they don't want penalties.
OK, we shall see. Ready to go into extra time then at Gay Meadow and at Edgar Street. All the action coming up. Let's rejoin our commentators, Clive Walker and Kevin Keatings.
Thanks, George. Seasons-long hard work comes down now to 15 minutes or maybe the full 30. It will be Barnet to get extra time underway. Luke Rodgers' first half goal has brought us to this stage. Both sides had chances beyond that to have won it in normal time. Now, on the proverbial knife edge. I wouldn't like to say which way this one is going to go. Darby. Rodgers. That will be a corner conceded by Simon King.
Well, a little bit fortunate to get that, Shrewsbury. You just felt there was a break on. Darby doing well, helping the ball on for Luke Rodgers. And chasing back Simon King, gives away the corner, puts more pressure on Barnet.
Tolley's corner. Ryan Lowe. Firmly struck, and this fella didn't know too much about that. He got an important block on offside against Rodgers.
Disappointing, Luke Rodgers offside in that position. When the ball goes back into midfield there, the only ball that's going to come in is the clip ball to that far post area. He's looking across the line, should stay onside, and he'll find himself with a good opportunity, but he just drifted too far forward.
By Hendon. Gamble. Lucky to get a ricochet off Tolley, Joe Gamble. Slipped by Grazioli, away by Ridler for Lowe. Darren Moss. Rodgers. Hatch. He's got the legs here on Darren Tinson, Liam Hatch. Oh, and that's away into the high street. And very importantly for Dave Ridler.
This is a good turn and run by Liam Hatch. We've seen his power in running forward before, but he's got a good ball across the face of the goal. So you can ask him to do. Dave Ridler doing very, very well. Grazioli just behind for the side foot.
Simon Clist will take the Barnet corner. Redmile and Plummer both in there. Yakubu trying to pressurize Scott Howie, put his eyes firmly on that one. Clist. Gamble. Now Aiston. This is Rodgers. Driving run from little Luke Rodgers. It's a brilliant run. Blocked by Redmile. Positive indeed, though, from Shrewsbury's leading scorer this season. Still the man most likely from their point of view. It's a good play by Clist, and now Strevens and Grazioli. He's got Hatch in support. Promising for Barnet. Liam Hatch gets around Tinson. Disappointing cross in the end, and good position. Rather wasted there by Barnet. As the game gets stretched into very tired legs out there now.
I just felt there was an opportunity though there for Barnet, 2 against 2.
Good ball by Gamble, and here's Strevens. He's got support from King if he needs him. He should have used him, I felt there. Ben Strevens. And now Jamie Tolley. At 20, he's still got some power in the legs. He hasn't got the precision in the pass to pick out Dwayne Darby.
Disappointed by Jamie Tolley there. Got forward very well, and must get his head up better than that. So Aiston there on the left-hand side, just lay it into his stride. Goes for the more difficult pass. Game very stretched now, Kevin, end to end. Not a lot of midfield action.
Aiston. Challis is way behind Aiston. A little look there, but the left back was way behind the play, and he did well to force the corner in the end.
One or two players looking very, very drawn and tired now. Sam Aiston doing very, very well.
Referee Robert Pollock just having a word with his 4th official, Bob Desmond. I understand there's a bit of confusion about the rules in extra time. I think that's why they're embroiled in this conversation at the moment. Our understanding was that the silver goal rule would apply. Now Paul Fairclough and Jimmy Quinn, the respective managers, finding out exactly what's going on, and he's away. Robert Pollock has gone back to the dressing rooms to check up the rule books.
He's got to get his manual out, I think, Kevin. He's probably possibly gone to see John Mills, who we know is in the stand as well, who should know, but you would have thought the referee should know what's going on before the kick-off.
Well, we thought we knew that it was silver goal rule. I'm sure Jimmy Quinn was aware of that, and the Barnet caretaker manager Paul Fairclough. But they're waiting, and if there is a change to that, we will let you know as soon as. This is extraordinary.
Well, I've never seen anything like it before. Absolutely incredible. Obviously, the two managers have come together. And the question has gone to the 4th official. 4th official has made his point to the referee. And the referee's gone to make sure. Here he comes.
Well, Robert Pollock has now re-emerged, and he's telling Paul Fairclough why we've had this delay. Everybody's scratching their heads. Robert Pollock has checked the ruling, and our understanding is that it's as we thought it was all along, that the silver goal rule does apply here. Players obviously want to know what's been going on.
Well, I suppose, Kevin, if he is unsure, you know, he needs to let everybody know what it is. No point playing on if he's not sure.
Corner, eventually. Headed out by Redmile. Now Tinson. This is going to be helped in long again. Yakubu underneath it. Throw for Shrewsbury. Another play. Aiston was convinced he kept it in.
Well, I think if that had been, sorry, Kevin, earlier in the game, he would have kept that in.
An unfortunate moment for Robert Pollock. On by by Grazioli. Clist. A strong run. Just to absolutely clear up what went on when Robert Pollock went back into the dressing room. He went in to consult the rules over these playoff semi-finals and found out that he was wrong. He was the only man inside this stadium who was not preparing for a silver goal. Will we get one? A reminder that if we do, then the side that concedes it must level up before half-time in extra time. Otherwise, the side that does get its nose in front with that silver goal would win without the need for the extra 15 minutes. Plummer. Ridler's got to get there, just ahead of Gamble. Misjudged by Plummer. Redmile just getting a straight right leg to that with Rodgers looking to poach.
Was unlucky by Dwayne Darby as well. He just saw Luke Rodgers on the shoulder of Matt Redmile. He just needed an extra bit of oomph behind the ball. A few extra yards further forward and Rodgers would have been in.
Strevens. Room for a cross. Good one too. Oh, very important stretch by Darren Tinson. Otherwise, there was a volley on there for Grazioli.
Well, you can see why Jimmy Quinn wanted him back in the side, Darren Tinson. Good ball in, he's just struggling, Tinson, but he just manages to get something on it.
Comes the corner from Clist. And, really see Liam Hatcher that in until the very last moment. He's been penalised.
I think Hatcher's thrown everything at this corner. Goalkeeper under extreme pressure from Grazioli. Referee deems it a free kick.
Nervy, very nervy inside Gay Meadow. And so too at Edgar Street, where they're in extra time between Hereford United and Aldershot, still 0-0 in that second leg. 1-1 on aggregate. 2-2 on aggregate here. The goal scorer on the day, Luke Rodgers, being penalised for pushing on King. And the clock shows 11 minutes of extra time. Take 3 minutes or so off that. So we've probably got 7 minutes thereabouts to see if the silver goal rule will apply. Strevens, Gamble, Hatch, play here from Barnet, Clist, easily read by Challis, and now Aiston. Good close control, excellent running from Sam Aiston, and then he'll run straight into Chris Plummer. This is Joe Gamble. Rodgers still looking as fresh as he did in the opening minutes. Terrific engine, what enthusiasm. 22-year-old Luke Rodgers.
He's proved more than a point, Kevin, about to get back into the league, hasn't he? And his goals and his work rate, he does deserve it.
As with a lot of extra time periods, it's a real scrap out there, tiring legs, and no real goal-scoring opportunities being created. Hendon shaping for another of these long throws. Redmile is positioned this time rather than Hatch, who it's been for most of the match. Been penalised for another foul throw there, Ian Hendon, as he was in the first half. Aiston. Firm challenge from Yakubu. Clist caught there by Tolley. Good opportunity now for Barnet to throw the big men forward for what could be a priceless goal. Vast majority inside Gay Meadow. Nervy now. A little tension around this stadium as Redmile and Plummer are up for the free kick. Clist will take. Line. And goalkeeper Howie, a good view of this. Shrewsbury. It's an easy take for Scott Howie.
Well, it is an easy, clean take for him. I mean, Simon Clist he should have done better with the ball in. Much too high. Goalkeeper, it's hanging. The goalkeeper will always come for it.
Challis. Like hands by Darby. It's given. Barnet quickly about their free kick. This is Hatch. Clist. Work for Challis. Safely done. The faces behind the goal there, behind Scott Howie's goal, as Shrewsbury fans wondering what is in store. It means so much to everyone. They didn't think we were going to drop out of the Football League. Big shock when Shrewsbury went. Now Rodgers is to go it alone, for the time being at least. Skips past Redmile. Now Ryan Lowe's made a terrific run into the middle, and here is Ryan Lowe! What a save by Shane Gore! Oh, he stretched every sinew there, the Barnet goalkeeper. And what a brilliant move, orchestrated by Luke Rodgers, but it was denied by a wonderful save by Shane Gore. Now Yakubu. Good control by Clist. Would make it about 2 minutes now. Oh, slightly less, a lot less than that. Only a minute added on by Robert Pollock. But Shane Gore has kept Barnet in with a hope of a return to the Football League. What a terrific break, Clive.
It was from deep inside his own half, and we see Luke Rodgers 3 against 1. He's got nowhere to go. Goes round the first defender, checks back, and there you see Ryan Lowe making the run into the box, and it's a good header. But what a fantastic save by Shane Gore to his left-hand side. Couldn't quite get enough power on the header from the clipped cross, but a good save by the goalkeeper.
Well, they'll be carving out an extra medal for Shane Gore if Barnet eventually get their place back in the Football League. Well, Jimmy Quinn's not going to play a part today. Colin Cramb, very experienced striker, is going to replace Dwayne Darby for the last 15 minutes. We will have 15 more minutes of extra time to decide whether either of these sides will have to go to the promotion final via penalty shootout or not. Colin Cramb, hugely experienced. Half-time in extra time at Edgar Street, and they're going all the way there as well. 1-0 here for Shrewsbury. Luke Rodgers' first half penalty in normal time. It's 2-2 on aggregate. It's 0-0 going into the second half of extra time at Edgar Street. 1-1 between Hereford and Aldershot on aggregate. Is history going to repeat itself again with 2 penalty shootouts in the semi-finals? No free kicks. Rodgers went to ground, and this is Liam Hatch on the charge now for Barnet. And he was pulling Challis. Free kick, Shrewsbury. Rodgers was aggrieved that he couldn't get a decision his way at the other end. He's the one player out there, I think, at the moment, Clive, where you feel he could be the key.
Well, we just trying to think about it. I mean, Luke Rodgers, for me, has looked so bright and enthusiastic throughout the whole game. He's the sort of player you feel might just get the goal, the elusive goal that we're looking for. When you look at the other end, look for Barnet, you think, well, Grazioli really hasn't been in the game at all, and is that one of those situations when you feel that a player like him who scores goals from fun just pops up at the right place at the right time, just when he's needed. And both sides have got a player that can score the winning goal, but it's still in the balance, still could go either way.
Forward by Gamble. Grazioli is already on his bike and needs to get the full weight into the header. Dave Ridler. Here for Ryan Lowe, running at a retreating King. Redmile with the arm header, away by Strevens. King. Redmile. It's a good ball to Clist. Gamble, Strevens. Aiston. This is Cramb. Now Moss. Rodgers again, full of running. Well watched by Redmile. Rodgers trying to force something out of King, but no deflection off the Barnet defender. It's a goal kick.
Just looking for that little bit of luck there, Luke Rodgers. Maybe win his side a corner. Big guys up from the back. Just try the back of it. Always thinking, always bright.
Is league football within their grasp again, I wonder? Shrewsbury fans. Barnet have been out of the league for 3 years. Never easy, as we touched on earlier, for league clubs to get back into the Football League. It's a strong conference, it's getting ever stronger. Over half the division now is full-time. I know Accrington Stanley are going from part-time to full-time and really going for it next season. Important Ian Hendon's goal line clearance in the first half proved to be. That's the save of Shane Gore. That really has made the difference that we have gone into the second period of extra time here. And this is Ben Strevens getting onto a good pass. King towards Grazioli. Ball now for Gamble. Cramb got there first. Here's Lowe. Rodgers wants it. He's got space in which to turn into. And he's got support from Cramb. It's blocked by Redmile. It's ambitious from Rodgers.
Just delayed his pass too long, didn't he? Looking for an option, looking for some support. Waited for Cramb. Everything was closed down. Just felt maybe a little bit of desperation.
Amazing when you recall that Dave Penny's Doncaster Rovers got through at the expense of Chester at this stage in the playoffs last season, and on a penalty shootout. Both managers will know that it's a lottery, but know that if they follow Doncaster's course, then who knows, they might just sweep through the third division next season. It's not been unknown for other conference clubs in the past to hit straight through. There's not a great deal of difference between the two leagues these days. Congratulations again in order to Dave Penny and Doncaster for another brilliant season. And to Gary Johnson and Yeovil, who were, of course, the runaway champions last season, who on the final day of the third division season still got hopes of a playoff place. surprised there isn't a lot of chances being created in extra time, but the best one that was, what a heroic save out of Shane Gore from a close-range Ryan Lowe header. Now Plummer forward for the Barnet free kick. Redmile is there too. Simon Clist put some quality on the free kick here. Right into the mix. Hatch with a header on. Grazioli won't get to it. But you're right about Giuliano Grazioli, Clive, because with his goal-scoring record, he's almost like the silent assassin. We've hardly seen him today, but could he yet be the man to kill off Shrewsbury's hopes?
Well, he could be. You know, he's one of those guys who just turns up just at the right time, and well, you feel he's probably just not had a good game today. Things haven't dropped for him. He hasn't been in the right place, but maybe just that one chance he needs now. As perhaps does Luke Rodgers as well, though.
Here's Hatch. Gamble. Now Hendon. Plummer. It's dispossessed by Cramb. Played from the substitute. Now Rodgers. Tolley making a long bursting run to get up in support. He passes behind Jamie Tolley. Still goalless, Hereford. They also are into the second period of extra time. Moss. Cramb will give chase. Barnet were expecting for a moment a flag there. It meant that Shane Gore had to head the ball clear. Rodgers. Useful cross. Very well met by Hendon. Hatch. That's the throw out of Challis. There wasn't much to split them after 42 conference matches this season. Shrewsbury finished third, 3 points ahead of Barnet in fourth. The last roll of the dice here from Shrewsbury as Jake Sedgemore will come on now for Aiston. Sedgemore played the second half of the first leg when Darren Tinson was injured. Has a reputation of being a very cool customer from the penalty spot. There's reasons to get him on now.
I think that probably in both managers' minds as well, Kevin. The last couple of minutes maybe start to think maybe they want to be taking the penalties. It feels they can score, because that's the way it looks like it's going.
Tinson. Now Moss. It's way beyond the target of Cramb. 5 minutes away from penalties now. Barnet fans still in optimistic mood. Sedgemore. Quite in tune with the pace of the game. Yeah, Jake Sedgemore, who was with Jimmy Quinn at Northwich, Victoria. Free kick here for Shrewsbury. Problem here for Edwards.
Surprising, Kevin, actually, that Jimmy Quinn hasn't brought himself on. I just feel it was set up for him. Maybe he feels, you know, he's had his career as a player and he's moved on to the other side, and he feels that it's an opportunity for the younger boys these days to make a name for themselves. Probably why he's brought on Jake Sedgemore.
In by Challis. Header out by Yakubu. Lifted over the top, and that could be interesting. Again, Barnet were looking for an offside flag. They were caught on the back foot for a moment, but Redmile adjusted well in the end.
It's a little sign of tiredness when they're coming up a little bit uneven there, Barnet.
King just dispossessed for a moment there by Lowe, and it's fallen here for Cramb. Easy clearance for Redmile. Grazioli. Now King. Redmile. No great hurry for Barnet to get the ball forward. Eventually, Plummer looks as though he'll oblige. It's straight down the throat of Darren Moss. Lowe. Good ball into space. Rodgers so quickly onto it here. Colin Cramb. Clever ball. Is it going to open up for Shrewsbury? It won't, because Yakubu made the challenge on Rodgers, who stayed down after the challenge from Yakubu. Here come Barnet with Liam Hatch. Rodgers has got to his feet, but he's limping heavily. King. Luke Rodgers will have to work that off, because he'll be the principal penalty taker. Well, Bob Desmond is talking the fourth official there to Paul Fairclough. I think he's getting his penalty kick tables ready for the notebook. Already been preordained. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It's very much the man who feels the most confident at the moment in question.
Of course, that couldn't change. Players don't feel like they want to take one.
And of course, if the list is preordained, then sometimes players injured and out of the picture, and then out of the shootout situation. But we've got a minute of time to be added on. Still goalless at Hereford, who've been down to 10 men since shortly before half-time, and Andy Tretton was sent off. But here's a shot in anger from Sedgemore, but Shane Gore right behind it.
Well, it must be worth an effort by Jake Sedgemore at this stage. The fans still cheering their team on. That's what you'd expect.
Ian Hendon shape up for the long throw. Actually, Hendon pilots it in, but it's to be sided by a penalty shootout here at Gay Meadow. Who goes through to the promotion final? And the fact that Barnet have got to the penalty shootout is down to this man, Shane Gore. A wonderful save from Ryan Lowe prevented a silver goal for Shrewsbury just shy of half-time in extra time. And it means the penalty shootout is upon us.
We're going to get the last ounce of drama then out of the playoffs for this year. It's going to penalties. Let me tell you as well that WWE Afterburn, the wrestling, is going to Sky Sports Extra at 6 o'clock. But here at Gay Meadow, we have penalties. And with me is Ian Snowden, and well, it's heroes and villains times, isn't it? Scott Howie, Shane Gore, the two goalkeepers, Ian.
Yeah, they've got nothing to lose really, because you don't really expect the keepers to save them. The pressure's all on the penalty takers.
Extraordinary, before we go on to penalties, to note that this, in extra time, that the referee wasn't sure about the silver goal rule. Had to go out and check it.
Same last season in the playoffs as well, and as I said, both sets of players and both managers wouldn't want it to come to this. They'd have hoped that the game had been able to be settled in the 90 minutes or in extra time.
Still a few seconds remaining at Edgar, we understand, so that could go to a finish, but it's coming to a close there as well, obviously. It looks like penalties there, but certainly penalties at Gay Meadow. Now, what part do the managers play in this? The caretaker manager, Paul Fairclough, and
I don't think the managers have much say. It's all down to the individual player now.
just the break in there, Ian. The final whistle has gone at Hereford, at Edgar Street. So they're going to penalties as well, just to confirm that.
Yeah,
what part do managers play now?
Yeah, I don't think they can say a lot. I think they'll just pick the most confident players. They'll first of all ask who wants to take one, and then if there's not too many up-and-coming nominees, then they'll step in and they'll just nominate the penalty taker. But as I say, it's down to the individual player, how confident he is to go up. He realises it is a big game, and it's a chance of getting back into league football.
We can see Paul Fairclough there making a note of the list of the names. I mean, he would have had a good idea of the list beforehand, wouldn't he?
Yeah, surely they might have known that during the week that it could come to penalties, and I'm sure they've been taking 1 or 2 penalties in training.
And Jimmy Quinn, well, could have brought himself on, of course, to take a penalty.
I think he's a wily old fox. He could have brought himself on with probably 30 seconds to go and thought, I fancy a penalty. But I think he's going to leave it to his own boys.
Grazioli, he's a cool customer. He'd fancy a penalty, surely?
Yeah, you'd expect him. Obviously, Liam Matthews scored a penalty in the game at Underhill. Luke Rodgers for Shrewsbury, who's now put 2 penalties in, so he'll be the first one to step up, I would imagine, for Shrewsbury.
They did.
Jake Sedgemore will step forward to take the first for Shrewsbury Town. Penalty shootouts are dramatic enough, and more often enough they just affect one cup tie in a progress in a cup competition. This penalty shootout will affect a whole season's hard work, and will it end in tears? Tears of joy or tears of sadness? Tears, they're certain. That's why Jimmy Quinn got him on. We heard that he was cool, and he was coolness personified.
It's an excellent penalty, isn't it? First one, nice and confident. Good pace on the ball. And the goalkeeper, although going the right way, couldn't reach it. Just wonder, Kevin, as well, no one's actually mentioned the goalkeepers building up to these penalties, but often than not, one of the goalkeepers are a hero, whether it's a bad penalty or a wonderful save.
Now, Ben Strevens, who scored in the first leg. The Shrewsbury fans doing their best to put him off behind that goal, but they won't succeed. Barnet's strongest penalty taker. And Scott Howie guessing the wrong way. Jamie Tolley, only 20, will step forward now to see if he can re-establish the advantage for Shrewsbury Town. He's come through the ranks at this football club. He's played before, of course, in the Football League with him. Will he be going back with Shrewsbury? He's given his side every opportunity to advance to the promotion final, as his work is over and done with successfully.
You can see the relief on his face, can't you? So pleased to see it in the back of the net. Good penalty again. 3 quality penalties so far.
Giuliano Grazioli, serial goal scorer. He doesn't disappoint either. Nerves of steel down there.
Well, that was a cool head, wasn't it? Goalkeeper going the wrong way. It's early, just side-footing it home. And the tension builds, Kevin.
2-2. No one has missed yet. And here's a man who has scored in both legs of this semi-final playoff. Luke Rodgers. He scores again. He never looked like he'd have missed, did he? Wry smile from Shane Gore. Nothing you can do about a penalty tucked away like that.
There's been some good ones, hasn't there, so far? Goalkeeper's really not had a sniff at all of attempting to save them.
Now, there's a big moment here for a young man called Ishmael Yakubu, who only turned 19 in April. He's been a very consistent performer for Barnet this season. All Fairclough outwardly looking cool, but inwardly he and player will be feeling all the tension that is possible here. It's Ishmael Yakubu. Well, I've seen some penalty shootouts down the years, Clive, but this is as good a quality set of 6 penalties that I've seen.
Well, it isn't. What we've seen is the goalkeeper go the wrong way every single time. And it's unfortunate for the keepers. You know, they've not had a chance. I know they would like to get as close as they can.
Colin Cramb off the substitutes bench today. And he too. Shane Gore again, the Barnet goalkeeper, guessing the wrong way. Such a lottery, isn't it? 4-3 for Barnet. For Shrewsbury rather, and Barnet need to score here, and the man who's going to step up now is the man who got the late and ultimately very important goal, as it turned out, for Barnet in the first leg at Underhill. Simon Clist. Oh, and saved by Scott Howie. After 7 successful penalties, Simon Clist is denied by Howie. Very little run-up.
Almost too relaxed, wasn't it? And just showed him the way to go. Scott Howie down to his right-hand side. Good clean save.
And now, Darren Moss, the player who will miss the promotion final if Shrewsbury get there, has had to now go and get the ball from behind the goal to see if his penalty will take Shrewsbury into the promotion final at Stoke City's Britannia Stadium a week on Sunday. It's all down to this. If he scores, Shrewsbury go to the final. Darren Moss is the hero. Embraces first the goalkeeper, Scott Howie. A massive pitch invasion. And Shrewsbury Town, 12 months after going out of the Football League, are now just 1 win away from bouncing straight back. They've had to take the hard route against a Barnet side who pushed them all away. But they were the ones to hold their nerves. 5 successful penalties. And it was enough to see off the challenge of Barnet in the end. The Barnet players have given their all here. Disappointment for them and their caretaker manager, Paul Fairclough, who came in March. A word too for Grazioli there, who scored so many goals. 25 in the conference for Barnet, but ultimately it hasn't been enough. And it's Shrewsbury Town, a delighted Gay Meadow, who take their place in the promotion final. But Clive, it was so close.
Well, it was, but if you wanted a penalty shootout to end like that for Shrewsbury, disappointment for Yakubu, but there were some clean strikes from the Shrewsbury players, some confident penalties, and I suppose they deserved it on the strength of that.
Well, they were here, young and old, and they are going home. The vast majority have been here at Gay Meadow today. Absolutely delighted that Shrewsbury, with this massive fan base, and they will take plenty to the Britannia Stadium on May the 16th, a week on Sunday, the promotion final. But it was dramatic stuff at the end. It really was. Jamie Tolley, is he going to go back to the Football League at the first time of asking? All of the Shrewsbury players that started the match today have played in the Football League before, vastly experienced and very hungry to get back there, and now they are only one match away. On these occasions you always feel for the opposition, and the Barnet fans sportingly applauding their players' efforts today, and they have put everything into it. There'll come a time maybe for them, they have come so close, 3 years after dropping out of the Football League. They have to endure another 12 months now. The tears are there, the emotions are raw, but it's Shrewsbury who edge out Barnet. They're winning the penalty shootout 5-3 in the end. Wonderful scenes here at Gay Meadow. In stark contrast, Clive, to what we saw 12 months ago.
Absolutely, and the disappointments from 12 months ago obviously diminished to the past, but what's nice to see as well, the Shrewsbury fans going to the Barnet fans and they're both clapping each other, which is wonderful to see.
Well, Paul, fair